All right, tell me when.
Wacky Wednesday. Wacky Wednesday.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Unfiltered. The real deal. No pre-planning. No chingaderas. Straight up from the bill.
Wacky Wednesday.
B-Town's very own.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Here's your host, Bumper Gomez.
What's up, everybody? I hope y'all are having a fantastic Thursday. Oh, Demmi, she had to throw a fork in the old wheel. We're doing Wacky Wednesday on a Thursday. So if if your trash comes out and you just throwing you off, I'm sorry. Blame it on Demmi.
My apologies, y'all.
Blame it on Miss Demmi.
My bad.
So, welcome to the show. Dang, look at that. I made that perfectly. It worked out.
Look at that. That looks so good.
Looks nice. And we did it purple. Today's Purple Day. You know that?
Really?
You
National
know
Purple Day or what?
Today's National Purple Day.
Look at that.
And it's for domestic violence. Domestic violence, domestic abuse. So I'm not wearing purple, but I decided to go with purple today.
Oh, you know what? I got purple. I got a purple bracelet. There we go.
Ladies and... So, again, guys, welcome to the show. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday. I try to get Demmi a little comfortable in these big, nice, comfy chairs, but as you can tell, Demmi is not, well...
I'm vertically challenged.
She's vertically
challenged. As I like to say. I don't know if people know this. I'm 4'11". I'm not even 5 feet tall. So, technically...
No, that's not the right word.
No, yes, but yes. I know where you were going with that.
Can you get cheque?
Huh?
Can you get cheque for that?
Maybe. I need to look for that.
Is it a disability?
Okay, hear me out. I'm going to give you a story. So when I went to go get my driver's license when I was 16 years old, thankfully I had a cool ass lady helping me out. And she's like, man, go stand over there with the ruler shit, you know?
Right.
And she's like, you realize you're under 5 feet. I'm like, I do. I've been this way my whole life. Of course I know. And she's like, technically, since you're under 5 feet, and if we put your actual height on your license, 4'11", then you are legally required to use a booster seat when you drive. And I looked at her and I just kind of gave her this look like, you're not going to do that to me, right?
Wow.
But she was a cool ass lady. And I have 5 feet on my driver's license, but that is not correct. But it's only so I don't have to use a booster.
So when you get pulled over, ¿estás así, no?
I'm like, yeah. Exactly. I turned into 4'11" and 3/4.
Oh.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you're just joining us again, this is a Thursday night, and yes, this is Bumper. My face is here. We're in the studio. We're doing a makeup for a Wacky Wednesday. This should have happened. 2 months ago? A month and a half? Or 2 months?
So it was supposed to be a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
The first one.
A month and a half.
Then the second one was supposed to be a month ago.
Y luego?
I'm here now. A month and a half later.
But let me tell you guys something. You know what I find really, really cool is that Demmi and her beautiful mom manager. How do you say it?
I call her my momager.
Momager.
She's my mom, but she's my manager. So
her mom / manager, momager. She's here. Beautiful, beautiful lady. We were talking before, and you just come from an awesome family. Like right off the bat, you come from an awesome family. I would have said that anyway, even if she wasn't here. I would have said that. I want to give a shout out real quick before I forget to Miss LMD.
Yes.
Right, Little Miss Dynamite. I don't know if she.
Big cola.
There you go, hola cola. We were just talking about you. About your ears are probably burning.
Oh yes.
I hope you're doing well. And yes, the Jets beat the Titans.
Oh no.
I was crushed. I couldn't believe that.
Oh
I couldn't believe that we lost to that team.
Oh yes.
But guys,
Shelly and her Jets they're tight.
Yep.
You don't get between them, man.
Jets, Jets. Demmi, first of all, man, I want to thank you for driving all the way from H-Town.
Well, of course.
Right? Hopefully the home of this year's World Series champions. We're hoping.
We're praying.
We're praying and hoping that Altuve and Correa and all those guys can bring it back to Texas, man. You know what? With the World Series going on and just all season, they catch so much hell. And it's like, I think the people from Houston are just like, we want to win it to tell everybody. I'm not gonna do it because my wife will get mad. But to throw the finger at the whole world and be like,
exactly.
We're still here. Say what you want.
Especially
We're
those
winning
away games, man.
We're winning the World Series. So
yeah.
But Demmi, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming along with her. Thank you so much.
And I'm hoping that my mom will come in this chair for a few questions.
Oh yeah, we'll make it happen.
I'm hoping that she will do that for me, mommy, because I think that and not just because it's my mom, but my mom is just a wealth of knowledge and not just Tejano, but in music and the industry in general.
Like just the whole music. And last night I had Mario in the chair and. We got in depth with some stuff.
Yeah,
and
that was a great show.
You had some great comments. You had a comment. I'm trying to remember back what it said. You were like, well, if you're an artist, put out something that you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, I said just because you record a song does not obligate the station to play it. And so
that's exactly what she said.
Put out a song that they cannot resist. So that way, if politics are involved, because we know it is sometimes,
yes,
that if the song is that good, they have no choice but to play the damn song because it's being requested. It's good.
That's beautiful words. And again, it's like I said last night, you know, we have to remember as an artist that it's just a two-way street.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Again, I'll say it again. You have a leg to stand on. If you know your music is there, you physically took it there, or you took it to the person like, hey, here's, you know what I mean? You know it's there and it doesn't get played.
Right.
It goes back to, is it worthy enough to get played?
Right.
Right. But at least you have a leg to stand on, like, hey, it's there. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people think that they record music and it's just supposed to magically appear at a radio station or internet radio station and get played. Like, it doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
You know?
And Mario touched on that last night, just that the quality of some of the stuff is not probably where it should be.
Right.
But I think it's going in the right direction.
I like what he said when he said the Tejano market, any other market, the door is very small.
Absolutely.
Right. And to get through that door,
your competition
you're right.
is
and he goes,
wide.
Tejano, he said, the doors are
open.
Big barn doors. They're open. They're wide open, and they're open to any. Is that a mosca, dude? What the hell's going on over here?
I see it.
He's gonna get in my nose, and then we're gonna have a whole
And you know what?
thing.
Let's think of it as good luck.
There you go. Yeah. So again, you're watching Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. We're on a Thursday, and my guest tonight, if you don't know, is Miss Demmi Garcia.
Hello.
And I met Demmi for the first time during the summer fanfare at about 110 degrees, no breeze.
That was rough.
And
That was rough.
I was melting. Demmi was melting, and then I had enough nerve to ask her to sit down with me and have a conversation in the little booth that I had.
That was fun.
I snuck in that booth. A lot of people
wait,
don't know.
that wasn't yours?
I didn't
You
have.
made yourself a damn
I didn't have a
home there,
media.
dude.
I didn't have a media pass. I didn't have
You could
anything.
have fooled me. You
So
could have fooled me.
So what I did was I went to Bino G and I interviewed him right away. So I knew if I had Bino G
Yep.
from the TTMA,
it looks legit.
So
Yeah.
nobody's gonna tell me. I
Man.
just interviewed Bino.
No, for
Bino
real. Like
G.
it looked that looked like your booth.
Well, it wasn't. I was somebody else was using that booth to
That's
sell
awesome.
CDs, and I was just like, "Hey, bro, can I put a table?" He's like, "Dale, cool." I knew the guy,
That is
but
awesome.
the only problem is with the sun was just burying
I
in.
remember, and you know what?
Demi was just sweating.
I don't remember I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember that I kind of had a panic attack almost in the middle of your booth because a wasp
Oh, yes, you did.
came?
That's right. it was.
I took my headphones off and I threw them on the table, and I was like, I'm gone. I'm sorry. That's the one thing I cannot do. Is
No
wasps,
bees?
No wasps or bees. Bugs in general, but specifically wasps or bees, because they're just assholes. Like, they don't have a purpose. If you're just there and they don't like you, you're screwed. And I don't want to be that person. So
Nah, hell no, you don't want to be that person.
And they tell you to stay still. Nah. Nah.
Hey, the Mosca moved over there with your mom. I just saw her.
Yeah.
She's just chewing it away. But you know what's really cool? This is the first time that this has happened in almost 2 years of doing the podcast. I say 2 years, no, but
Oh,
like
my
a year,
goodness. Has
like
it been?
a year and some change.
You know what? That's a good milestone, though.
Yeah, it's a year and some change. The very first time, hint, anybody out there? Hint. Demmi has some awesome fans, dude. Let me tell you.
Okay. Yes. I'll let you tell it because I'm still, I'm just like, I'm kind of in shock and very
When I told you,
grateful.
you're looking at me like, what? For real?
I was like, what happened?
So at 6:30 p.m. today, my doorbell rings and it's HEB delivery. So one of Demi's fans, I can name her, right?
Oh, she's, yeah.
Miss Lisa Martinez.
Shout out to you, Lisa.
Huge shout out. She actually hit me up yesterday. And it's like, hey, I want to do something for Demmi, this, that, and the other. And I was like, hey, whatever. And she had snacks.
Right now, I am staring at bags
Doritos.
of Doritos and snacks.
Pecans, like
And she got bumper beef jerky.
no. She's like, I'm gonna get her all these snacks. I said, okay, cool. Here's my address. And then I waited, right? While waiting for Miss Martinez to say, oh, what is there anything you want? And I'm like, I like beef jerky and Big Red.
Like,
So,
Lisa, thank you,
it's
thank
somewhere. I had the
thank
beef
you
jerky
so
somewhere.
much. That's such a sweet gesture and just a beautiful surprise. Like that's
awesome.
I don't ever expect something like that.
So if you need my address and you want to deliver some snacks, hit me up on Messenger. I'll send you my address.
Man.
But Demmi, you, when I first saw you at Fanfare, I told my buddy, I was like, hey man, that's Demmi Garcia. And he's like, I don't know. And then you walk by and he's like, yeah, that's Demmi. And I'm like, dude, is she like 14 or 15? and then I saw your husband with you.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. Does her mom know she's out here with a boy? Like, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Literally, I
get
thought
that
you were like
all the
15.
time.
Tops 15.
Yes.
And then you sat in the booth and you told me like you were in your upper 20s, and I was like,
Yep, I'm almost 29. I have another month and a half to go. But I'm about to be 29. But I get that all the time. I mean, like okay. So I have a 6-year-old daughter.
okay.
And when I was pregnant with my daughter, the looks that I would get, because people would think that I'm this young teenager pregnant. And my dad's a cop. Full, he's a firefighter and so he wears his uniform and stuff. And he would take me to lunch. We'd go to lunch, and the looks that people would give my dad, like they were just eyeing him like, what did you do to her?
Raza, dude, Raza. We're the worst. We're the worst critics, man.
People don't know that I was 22, when I was pregnant and stuff. And oh man, but I get that a lot. And I'm grateful for it.
And then when you sat down in the booth and you told me your age, I was like, okay, like, cool. I would have never saw that. And we hadn't met before that. I mean, I've heard your music before. And then my buddy started telling me like, hey, she comes from her family's musical. And,
that's awesome.
And then I said, you know what, let me go talk to her.
Yeah.
And you were there. You were a fan too. Like you were supporting all your other female Tejano artists that were out there. You were backstage, and so I just said, "Hey, Demmi, I'm Bumper," and you're like, "Yeah, I know who you are." Like, come on, let's go sit down. And you're like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Absolutely. And no, just so you know, like when I met you, I was a little like, "It's Bumper." Because I watch you, okay. And like I'm not from San Antonio. I'm over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I finally got to meet you, and then you asked me for an interview, I'm like, no shit.
Let's do it.
For real? I was like, hell yeah, dude. Well, and you want to know something? When that day at Fanfare, I had just gotten out of the hospital 2 days before, and I had to literally I had to make a deal with my doctor. I'm like, Dr. Chan. And he's like, you need to let me out. I had been in the hospital for, at that point, I think 16 days. Which for me is not, and we'll talk more about that later, but it's not really a long time for me. And so he's like,
you can do that standing on your head.
Yeah.
That's what people say. It's real easy for you to do something like that.
Absolutely. And so my goal was to be at Fanfare because I wanted to go, support my sisters. I wanted to go see the Crazy Pimps, because Jaime is a good friend of mine, the bass player, and J.R. Gomez and the homeboys. I wanted to be there. And so my doctor knows that I've been working at this for a long time, and he's like, your body, if you can handle this, go.
Y luego en el calor.
And I was there, and when I tell you, it was extremely difficult. I'm not gonna lie. And Monica, if you go watch Monica Salivar, if you go watch her performance, I'm there in the front. And she's looking at me, and she goes like this, telling me to drink water from the stage while she's performing. I'm very lucky to have the village that I do, that are there helping me make this possible. And it's awesome.
I mean, you were just a part. If you guys don't know, they just did the Tejanas Unidas en Cristo, right? Is that right? Mm-hmm. Tejanos Unidas en Cristo, and I'm really, really good friends with Mike Gonzalez.
Yes.
And so he had gone down there with Di.
With Di, yes.
Yeah, and
shout out to Di, which I think I saw Di on here.
Yeah,
so shout out to Di.
She's probably on here.
Man, she is one that doesn't get enough credit for what she does in this industry.
She can jam, bro.
She can jam.
She can sing, dude.
And not only that, and I think this is probably what I appreciate the most about Di, she's an incredible songwriter. Absolutely incredible songwriter.
Her whole bloodline. David, her brother, is an amazing producer.
I didn't, and that's something I didn't know until Vegas when I talked to her mom.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, okay, so it's in the family, you know, like her siblings too.
David's legit. Like I just hung out with him on Friday. We're hanging out for a little bit. But I was talking to Mike, and he's like, yeah, we're down here doing this thing. And I'm like, doing what?
Yeah.
He goes, bro, they have this person, this person, this person. I said, what?
25.
And I take that back. That was the second time I heard about it, because one time we were going to do something, and y'all had gone to Freddie Records to record some stuff, and they were coming back, and I thought I don't mean to use this word with what y'all are doing, but I thought it was badass.
No, I'm like, it was badass. It was.
I did a show, and I talked about it in the show, and I said, what was sad was somebody that I had a guest was like, you know what? Name me 10 female Tejano artists right now. Mm-hmm. Name me 10.
Yeah.
Gone, here, now. What? Name me 10.
Sure.
I would tell you that a lot of Tejano fans cannot name you 10 female artists.
No.
I mean, of course you're gonna get Selena. You know what I mean.
Sure.
You're gonna get Shelly. You're gonna get Laura Canales. But then after that,
Right. Elsa Garcia.
yep.
Right? I had to. I'm sorry.
So Elsa Garcia, which is a female Tejano legend, it's your tia.
That's my tia. Yes. Shout out to you, tia Elsa. Yeah.
So all of you guys, it runs in. Does your mom sing?
My mom does sing. And my mom is an amazing songwriter. And her and my dad together, my dad's a musician. He played with
Puro
Roberto.
blood. All of the sangre.
Yeah, he plays his guitar with Grupo Powerhouse Aviso out of Houston.
Okay.
He played the live album, and he played for years with Roberto Polido, de los Clásicos. He's played for damn near everybody. And but my dad and my mom, when they write music together, it's like, and it's not just because they're my parents. Like they're incredible. Their chemistry is amazing, and it's funny because like they're not even together anymore. They split up when I was little, but they've always been best friends.
Still homies.
But here, get this. So we have because I'm a songwriter as well, and my stepdad is a musician. He's a drummer and was actually the drummer for my tia Elsa, and he's played with La Mafia. He's played around with everybody too. And I have my tío. I don't know if you remember. He was my tia Elsa's backup singer. He's the one with the chongo and the ponytail.
Ponytail, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful voice. So the five of us, me, my mom, my tío JC, my dad, and my stepdad, we are our songwriting team. And when people hear that my dad and my stepdad are like on this team together, they're like, wait, what'd you say? Like it's an awesome dynamic.
Demmi, some people can make it work, dude.
And my family does.
I mean,
it's really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you leave each other and you leave on both on equal terms, I mean, what? There's no reason for hatred. I mean, why make it hard on you? Why make it hard on you growing up?
Absolutely.
If your parents were friends, and I mean that's got to be a great feeling because you're confident to go either way.
Absolutely.
You can talk to either parent.
I'm very blessed where I come from musically, but I'm just very blessed with the people who raised me, like how they are as people. Because that's the thing. My dad and my mom, in addition to my stepmom and my stepdad, always put me first. Always put me. And don't get me wrong, there was disagreements here and there.
But is there dinner? Like dinner? Do y'all do dinners together and stuff?
Absolutely.
Neta.
My dad and my stepmom have a son. They bring him to my mom and my stepdad's house, and we make dinner together. My stepmom cooks in my mom's kitchen.
You hear that, Raza? It doesn't have to be.
It can be done.
I can't stand.
Yeah. Right? And you know what?
I mean,
again, it has
our
to
culture,
be the person,
our culture's like that, though, man. I mean, that's the nature of the beast. Like, regardless, you could be the nicest woman in the world, but you're never gonna be in the other woman's eyes. Whatever.
And again, it has to take everybody. It really does. It really does
to be on the same sheet of music.
Yes.
So when you say they all help you songwrite, my question to you would be, do you ever, like, does your mom start a song and then be like, you know what, I'm stuck right here?
Yes.
And then
so it's a group effort. It's a group effort, and it's mainly at the core of the songwriting for my Spanish stuff. So my next single is actually written by my mom and my dad, and they do it together. They do it together. So my mom will think of a melody or think of lyrics, and she'll call up my dad like, "Hey, Mike, I have this. Get your guitar. Are you available or whatever?" And my dad, they'll do it over the phone, or my dad will come over and they'll write. We'll be in the studio and my mom gets an idea or my dad gets an idea and they go and they come back with a song. It's amazing. It's amazing how they do it. And it's a good example, I think, for people to follow, like not just musically again, but just
family, just being family oriented.
Yeah. And I think that people hear it in the music.
Now that's cool. I mean, I'm trying to put myself in your mom's position or your dad's position, and there's just no way. Like, there's no way I could ever do that. You know what I mean?
It's just a perfect situation.
That's
and
awesome, man.
I'm so grateful, dude. Like, you have no idea.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you've been playing the guitar since you were little?
I mean, like, I guess little would probably be like maybe 12, 13. I don't know if that's considered little, but I was a little behind the game for the guitar thing.
And your tia being Elsa, your mom being a singer, your dad, being a musician. Did they ever tell you, or like, did you ever feel that they veered you? Talking to Mario last night, I remember he saying that his son started playing the saxophone, and then he just lost interest, and he didn't want to be like, no, hell no, get on that sax.
Oh yeah.
And learn. You know what I mean? He wanted for him to either love the music,
sure.
right? How was that? Like,
so I never, ever felt pressured. That was something, I think, another thing that made me so fall in love with music at the core of it, because my dad is my biggest inspiration, like, as far as like in a lot of things, but as a musician, my dad's incredible. Like, my dad's amazing. And again, it's not just because he's my dad. If my dad sucked, I would say it. And
so I'm gonna put you on the spot.
yes.
Has your mom, and pretend she's not here,
Sure.
has your mom ever you think, and we're going personal now, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to your dad about anything, and your mom be like, hey, yo, like,
No.
like, why didn't you come to me? Or
No, I mean, I've never my mom is my best friend. So, but my dad is also my best friend. So I've never felt they've never put me in the middle. Like, I've never felt, my mom knows that there's things that I discuss with my dad. My dad knows that there's things I discuss with my mom, and they know that the other has strengths, that maybe they kind of lack in, and then they pick up the slack where the other one does. You know what I mean? So
that's cool, man. I mean,
it's a good team.
I see our audience member nodding their head with like the nod of approval. So, that tells me that, Demi's being real with you guys. Like, what I mean? I mean, that's I just threw her in the corner right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I never.
Yeah, no, I've never.
No, I guess you're right. I mean, if you think about it, you go to your mom for certain things and you go to your dad for certain things.
Yeah.
But some kids, they know if I go to my mom, it's because she's going to say yes. If it's something I really don't want to do with my dad, then I'm just going to go to my dad because he's going to say no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and it's like, I'm telling you, like, my mom and my dad talk on a daily basis, so there's no bullshit in them. There's no bullshit in them, and it's been that way my whole life. There's no way I could have gone to my mom because my dad said no, even though
you're not playing mom and daddy games. Yeah,
they always communicated, and it was I knew that they were a united front.
So that goes to show you, you're watching Wacky Wednesday on a Thursday, and Demmi's opened up about her personal family, but what I like about it is that it kind of gives the fan, if you hear a lyric or you hear a song, now you could sit down somewhere if you're having a drink or if you just love listening to music in your car, be like, hey, you know what? That song was written probably by all 5 of her her people that she goes to for, that's a different, because what's an easier way to put it? You know what I mean? Like, you just see that you feel the song differently.
It's a different
you
perspective.
feel this, different perspective, and you feel the song differently. So, how many albums do you have, Demmi?
I don't have any. I've been recording in
singles?
the studio since I was 12 years old, but because of my health, it's kind of been pushed back. That's why now, even though my health really hasn't gotten any better, but the time that I do have when I am out of the hospital, I hit the ground running. As soon as I get out, I'm doing shit, dude. Yeah.
With that being said, Demmi, I want to give a shout out before I forget, and we get into bigger, not bigger. I'm not gonna say bigger because this is big right here.
Yeah.
You gotta have a badass husband, dude.
Yes.
To be able to deal with day in and day out, hospital life, taking care of the home front.
Absolutely.
And, taking care of the everyday things, you know what I mean? And being able to take care of you and be there for you physically, emotionally, You know what I mean? That's hard.
See, and the thing is, shout out to my husband, German. I know you're watching because I see it. Yeah, he I don't know what I would do, or what I could have done, because we started dating. We met when we were 15, so we started dating when we were 16. We've been together ever since. So it's almost 13 years now that we've been together. And around the time that we started dating is when I started getting sick. So since the very beginning,
he's been with you.
He's been with me, and I gave him out. I told him, like, I don't know how bad this is gonna get. I obviously wasn't planning this. I've been healthy my whole life.
What, Demmi? How old were you when you first got diagnosed? What are you diagnosed with?
Sure. So my illness is called gastroparesis. And what that means is that my GI tract, so my stomach, my intestines are paralyzed. So for the normal person, when you eat, your stomach immediately starts to digest, yeah. and it goes down. For me, it doesn't do that. My food would just stay there for days until I threw it up. And so, and the thing is that there's no cure for this. There are hardly any treatments for it. And so it took, and also it's not really like the first thing doctors look for. So it goes undiagnosed for a long time. So I started getting sick when I was about 16, and it wasn't until I was 18 till they figured it out that something was actually wrong. So it was 2 years of tests, of hospitals, of a lot of people telling me that that it's in my head, that you're doing this for attention. It's an eating disorder. Go talk to a psychiatrist. And I'm telling them, like, I promise you right now, I love me some pizza,
friends, bro. People that you consider friends would tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Family.
And it was a long. It literally tested myself, because at times I'm like, shit, maybe I'm exaggerating this. Maybe it's not so bad.
I mean, I could. I mean, no, you're right. I mean, if you're constantly hearing that, I mean, you're gonna question yourself. Like, dude, is this?
Yeah. But the good thing is that I had the best support system at the core. So my parents never questioned me. German, my husband, never questioned me. And my best friends never questioned me.
His name is German, like Germany.
Like Germany, yeah. Herman.
Herman.
Yes.
You call him Herman, or you call him German?
Some both.
Or you call him babe?
Like that too. Like if I don't, so I'll say German, and if he doesn't answer, Herman.
And that's when you know he's in trouble, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, German, I'm all right. When I hear Herman, goddamn, I gotta get up.
Yeah.
I gotta get up.
Yeah.
That's
funny. So yeah, it was a lot of that, and it's crazy the way things work out, because my best friend, or one of my best friends at the time, she got diagnosed with cancer, and her mom worked at this GI doctor's office. And so right before she passed away, my best friend, her mom convinced me to go see her doctor, even though at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I was at the point of like, just screw it. I don't want to do this anymore. It's in my head. I'm just not gonna complain no more. I can handle throwing up all day. It's okay, and life goes on,
Dude,
but
I can only imagine. Like, that's
and
crazy.
mind you, I'm a teenager.
You're going through life, like you're starting to be, or you're already a lady, but you know what I mean. Just a lot of things change in that time. You know what I mean, and to deal with that,
it was a rough time. It was. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was I'm not gonna say it ruined my life or anything like that, because it was I was still good. I was still going to school. I was still participating in my orchestra and my AP classes, because I was a really big nerd in high school, and so I was still doing okay in that aspect. But like mentally, it was doing a number, man. And yeah.
Demmi, with that, did you get to live like a normal high school, like prom, homecoming?
Yeah, I did. And
did you play any sports?
I ran cross country for like my freshman year, and then after that I'm like, nah. I'm good. I'm gonna stay over here in the fine arts hall. So I was I was in high school. I was kind of like I was a really good student. I was in all pre-AP classes. I was in the top orchestra. I was in the varsity dance team. I was president of the science club. I was homecoming queen. I was senior class favorite.
Time out.
Yeah.
You weren't a cheerleader?
Wasn't a cheerleader, no.
You didn't play sports?
Negative.
And you were the homecoming queen?
I was the nerd on the court. that is probably if you were to break it down in percentage, that's 1%. Yeah.
Like I can guarantee you, high schools across the South.
Yeah, the one before me was an athlete. The one after me was a cheerleader or dance team. I don't remember, but yeah, she was one of those.
You got to be some. You got to either be an athlete or you got to be on the cheerleading squad. Like, I mean, I'm seriously, I don't remember I don't know a homecoming. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't never met. You're my first homecoming queen that I met. That wasn't there he goes. He's in trouble. Do you see how fast he just came in here?
No, it was great, you know, and I was a marching band too, you know, so I was kind of a nerd, but I was friends with everybody, you know. Hi.
She took off on you. That's awesome, man.
And actually, me and my now husband, we won cutest couple.
So was Herman the homecoming king?
Almost. He made top 5. We tried, baby. We tried.
Dang, who was the guy? Some jock, right? Football player?
No, it was actually this sweet kid, Noe Rodriguez. And Noe people probably even now at my high school know who Noe is. And Noe, I still call him my King Noe. Because he's such a sweetheart, man. He's such a sweetheart.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys are here. If you're just tuning in, man, Demmi Garcia is my guest tonight here in the Wacky Wednesday on a Thursday.
Demmi with 2 M's.
Demmi with 2 M's with her sparkly. So don't get blinded by her. Her sparkling.
Shout out to my girl Lily Marie.
Hey, are those the ones that they make those by one?
Yes.
Oh, hell no.
You know Lily from TikTok? Lily Marie?
Yeah.
She made this. This is her. So shout out if you need beautiful cups. This is why
Lily.
I brought it, because I wanted to shout her out because I am in San Antonio and she is here.
I want a bumper one like that. I promise you I'll drink from it I want it to be sparkly. Diva-ish.
I love it. I took this to Vegas too.
So she's drinking water, but here in a few minutes, somebody called me and we're gonna try the first Wacky Wednesday drink. We're gonna do
A la madre, bro.
no alcohol. It's not alcohol, but it's a concoction.
Oh shit!
And I said, we'll try it. I said, you know what? F it. We're gonna try it we'll try it later on today.
Let's do it, man.
And on the show. So again, Demmi, I really appreciate that you're opening up and letting your fans know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you do make a show or you do like, hey, it just means that much more. You know what she's going through.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
on a monthly, not even daily, on a monthly basis, what she has to go through. So when she can make a show, like, let's be.
I try my best, absolutely. And you know what? I do have to cancel sometimes, but it's not because I don't want to be there. It's
and do you think that's kind of hurt you sometimes, Demmi? Like where you like people are like, man, I want to put you on, but then what if you get sick?
Yeah,
it's a kind of a chance you take.
It's an unfortunate circumstance that I have to deal with, but my goal is to make people like even if they think about that, they still want to put me on because I'm either that good or they like me that much.
Oh, you good.
Or
You're
I'm
good.
working on it.
Your song has been in the top 20 for it's going to the 7th week.
It's for KLMO or
no the
for Tejano Gold.
The Tejano Gold.
Yeah, it's been in the top 20 for how? No,
this is going to be the 7th week, I think.
Yeah, it's been about 7 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm confusing it. You're right.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty good. I keep track with the countdown. And the reason I say that is because about 3 weeks ago, I had it in my head. I told my wife, I woke up and she's like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "That's it. I'm gonna start my own countdown." And she's like,
bro.
She's like, "What?"
Hey.
She's like, I said,
"Bumper."
Wait a minute. So you got to hear the pros and the cons, right?
Okay.
So I said, you know what? I'm tired of looking at the countdown sometimes, and I don't agree with it. Like I don't, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's everybody's preference. Like a song somebody might dig, you don't dig. It's just it's your opinion. So I said, I'm gonna start a countdown, and I started thinking like, I'll do 20, And then I thought about, I said, man, 20 is a lot of, that's a lot of music
That's
to
a
be
lot of
going
music.
through.
And then you have to go through new
Go,
stuff.
yes.
Too.
And then I said, well, you know what? I'll just do 10. And I sat here,
Oh,
sat here and
that's
thought
good.
about it. And I was like, no, even that's too much. So then I was down to 5. And then a good friend of mine talked me out of it. And he's like, look, Mom, if you want to do a countdown, like you got to know that you're going to be, you have to be listening to music because people are going to talk shit.
24/7.
They're going to talk shit like, oh, how come, you know what I mean? Look at this countdown, whatever. He's making his own, whatever. So I said, you know what I'll do is I'll start going through new music and I'll start playing new music. Like
Yes.
music that you're not going to, that you maybe you haven't heard.
Yeah.
Maybe Demmi has a song that's not on the top 20 and you just
Yes.
haven't got around to listening to it. And you come across a podcast and I'll play it.
Which I do.
So we're gonna talk. We're gonna jam them. So I started from the countdown. We started Frito Pie Friday.
Yes.
So I call it Frito Pie Friday. People are saying, "Well, Bumper, what the hell, Frito Pie Friday?" I said,
love
"Dude,
it,
what do people
yeah.
do on Friday nights? They're at a football game. What are they eating? Frito pies. Well, if you're not at a football game."
It's
Tomorrow we're
perfect.
making Frito pies. I'm gonna have a special guest here. We're gonna make Frito pies and we're gonna play a bunch of music. So
That's
if the countdown went to that, maybe I'll bring it back to the table and look at it.
No, but I love the concept of it, that you're introducing people to music that they normally wouldn't hear.
Exactly.
And new Tejano, you know, and I think that that's a big thing right now in our industry is embracing the new people because, I mean, and unfortunately this last year I think has made it very apparent to the industry as a whole that a lot of these greats are passing.
And it's not. I don't. We can see they are. You know, people have passed, and they leave their music. Their music is their legacy. It stays,
Absolutely.
and we're gonna jam it forever. But, you know, as I was talking to Mario, and you're young. You're 20, 28, right? So 28.
Yes, 20.
And your mom's here, and your mom's been in the music business for a long time. And
Sure.
there's some, and not just Tejano, all
Yeah.
around music.
Yes.
How can we find? I said this last night. How do we? The problem with the genre that you're jamming in
Yeah.
is that we can't find that 15 to 25-year-old
Sure. That younger demographic.
that demographic market.
Yeah.
You look at my demographics over 30 all day. People are watching the show. They love it. They love what we talk about. You get a 25-year-old and be like, man, I don't want to hear that old dude talk. Like, I mean, I don't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So, but there are some groups.
Mm-hmm.
There are some groups that are doing it.
Yeah.
We got to find that potion.
Yes.
And that potion's got to be spread through everybody
Absolutely.
and get it going. Like I said, I went to the Maluma concert, and matter of fact, I just went through some videos today, and I saw a video I recorded at Maluma
Yeah.
here in San Antonio, and to see the young people sing every single song,
Yes.
word for word.
If I would have gone to Maluma, that would have been me. I love Maluma, dude. I love Maluma.
Herman, you listening to this, bro?
Oh no, he knows. He knows. Yeah, Maluma.
So,
yeah, that's
it's just I think we just need to find that. And I saw that you were on the panel with Rebecca Valadez.
yes.
And that was something that you guys, or she had
It
asked
was
me. I was on another episode, and we kind of brought it up. Like, I don't know, I don't know what needs to happen to get it. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I do have a badass artist inside the studio right now, and I know a lot of you guys are waiting to hear Miss Demmi's beautiful voice.
A la madre, dude.
And she actually brought a guitar for short people.
No shit, huh? I never thought about it. That's probably why I like this one.
Dude, she pulled out the guitar, and I was like, yo, is that that's an extra mini? Like, that's an
it's
extra
little
mini. And so,
people can get like a aspect ratio here.
Right.
I'm not gonna put it against myself because against myself it looks like a regular sized guitar. So I'm gonna put it next to you,
okay, cool.
and you're gonna hold it so people can see how tiny it is.
Look at this guitar. I look like the guy from
Oh,
what do you call the cartoon what was the cartoon with the Dia de los Muertos?
oh, Coco.
Yeah, El Coco. There you go. I got the song.
Miguelito.
Miguelito. You don't want to hear me sing. So yeah, this guitar is tiny, but watch. I'm gonna give it back to her, and it shows you how small she is.
Yeah, I'm miniature sized, y'all. But yeah, I brought it so we can just mess around with it a little bit. 'Cause,
Jam. Just a.
that's something it's something that I do. I post videos a lot. You know, I go in my restroom and I just play. And I
saw you live the other night.
Yeah, you did. And man, thank you for that, by the way.
Hey,
I appreciate
the best part of your show, you're not going to want to hear it. The best part of her live show the other night was her daughter.
Yes, dude.
Dude, it is literally like, hey, if Herman put her in the hallway and be like, all right, you're going to go in there and you're gonna pump your mom's stuff up. Go to DemmiGarcia.com, buy this,
Right?
buy that.
No.
My mom is the best.
like you don't, I don't know if you watched it, Mom, but like Melly, my daughter, she got the towel and was waving it in the camera saying, my mommy is the best and all this.
Yeah.
I swear to the Lord that I did not tell her to do that.
She said, please like, subscribe, and share to her channel.
Yes,
and you were like, she watched too much. She's watching too many
she's
videos.
watching too much Ryan's toy reviews.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let me look at some of the comments.
Yeah.
I know I have not looked at I haven't looked at no comments.
Wow, there's a lot.
Oh, my bad, guys. My bad. I'm going to go through,
Holy crap.
give some shout outs. Steven Martinez Sticks. What's up, bro? To John Robles. I know
What's
that
up,
guy.
John?
Tejano John Angel.
Shout
if
out
you
to
guys know.
Tejano John Angel.
Yeah, you might see
And
him
he,
soon.
you know what? Échale. There
There you go,
there
baby.
you go. You got
Shout
it.
out to David Ponce, sound engineer. David, thanks for always tuning in. If I don't say your name, I'm sorry. I'm just going through really quick. To my primo, Joey Pena out there in Florida. Florida's giving you a lot of love. Demi.
Yeah, he says that wasps will fight me out there. I believe it, man. That's why I don't mess with them. That's why as soon as I see him, I'm gone.
Let's see. Shout out to my boy Manny Hernandez, Simplified brother. My brother Edward. TDK. TDK, the Tejano
Okay.
Dancing King.
You know what? He was another one at Fanfare. Because I don't know what he looks like. Nobody
He always
knows.
wears a mask.
Yes. Hi.
I'm coming in with my Halloween mask.
All right, do
Oh,
it. Let's
crap.
do it. Go
I'm
get
not
it ready.
ready.
We're ready. We're ready.
Oh, Lord. I'm going to get the shit scared out of me right now. No, but he was one that he came up to me and he was like, hey, can I, get a picture? And I look at him like, and then I see his mask and I'm like, I started,
TDK.
dude, I'm telling you, because of my mom, right? So she's worked in mainstream music. So I've met a lot of celebrities, Beyonce, Backstreet Boys, all of these people, right? Bro, TDK was one of those ones that I literally was like, oh my God, it's him. You know, like the man, the myth, the legend, dude. I'm serious.
Have you ever seen that guy dance?
Yes, well, he asked me to dance with him. And I was just like, absolutely.
He makes any woman look good on the dance floor. You could not know what the hell you're doing.
See, and
TDK spins you around and
and
you're
you know
like you've been
what?
doing it for a million years.
absolutely. And you know what? The thing that I love about him is he is so damn respectful, man.
I hung out with
So
him
respectful.
last Thursday, 2 Thursdays ago. Last Thursday. he already got one. Come on in.
Dude,
So he's making his second
Ay,
appearance
qué
on the
feo.
Wacky Wednesday on a Thursday. Come sit down over here, buddy.
come over here. Let's show these people.
There we go.
You look
Check
amazing.
it out. Check it out. He's here. He's gonna hang out with us for a little bit. He does scare Demi's mom.
My mom over there freaked out.
Oh,
my gosh, she's gonna
man.
need some new chonies here in a minute.
Shout out to Rosie Allison
Yeah,
Villa.
shout out to Rosie. Man, Rosie is she's awesome.
She's
man.
your road dog.
That's my
Because
promoter.
she's promoting the heck out of Demmi Garcia on here.
Thank you.
DemmiGarcia.com. Get all your merchandise. If you guys want a T-shirt, if you want, what else you got? T-shirts, towels.
T-shirts, towels, backpacks. I got caps, and I got some for you, by the way.
Dang,
Yeah,
that's what I like.
posters,
There we go.
And I just added face masks.
It was
so-
hot in here.
Face mask.
Face masks, yeah. Yeah.
Too hot. Hey, say hi to everybody, and say bye to your mask. Say hi. Yeah, my wife's just coming. It's live, man. You never know what you're gonna get here. Stuff like this happens. Christina and Jesse Hernandez, blessings to her. She's so genuine and real. Shine,
thank
beautiful.
you.
Adrian Solis.
What's up, Adrian?
He said that's really
Oh,
cool.
man, people, another shout out. Adrian Solis, one of the best male vocalists right now. New Tejano vocalist. And such a great person. So people, y'all
I
need to go
think he
stream.
sent me his music.
If you did, I hope so.
Adrian, if you're still listening, gunnygomez@gmail.com. Send me your music, and I'll definitely play it on the show.
KLMO for a long time, and man, he's a great vocalist there.
He said Bumper's trying to start fights. Let's see. I'm trying to go through,
Oh,
guys.
it's my sister Sonia in here. Sonia de la Paz.
Sonia de la Paz.
Where are
Dude,
I saw somebody tag her.
She's my Frito Pie Friday co-host in a sense.
Yes.
She gets everybody pumped up in the chat rooms and plays music.
Dude,
She's really really cool.
Dude. Sonia's awesome. I love her.
Jennifer Vela Palomares. Demi has an amazing family. I met them personally and wow, they're really good, genuine people with huge hearts. Love those people.
Oh, that's Jen, Mama, from the violin shop.
Let's
Jen.
see.
Shout out to you, Jen. I love you, Mama. I hope you're feeling good today.
You're a warrior, Demi.
Oh.
That was Miss Lisa Martinez.
Thank you. Man, again, Lisa, thank you so much for the snacks. She sent snacks. If y'all want any snacks, y'all, that's so nice.
Lucy Benavides. Lucy, again, thank you for always promoting the show. I appreciate it.
Yes, shout out to Lucy.
To my primo Wacky out there in Florida.
Shout out Wacky. Hey.
To Wacky out there in Florida. And then to, let's see, who else is on here?
Tomas Garcia.
Jordan Rodriguez.
Shout out to you, Jordan.
Jordan, I think that's good. I'll go back to again. My baby girl, love her so much. Mom, wish I was there with you guys. Michael Garcia.
That's my dad.
Okay,
That's
shout
my
out to
daddy.
Demi's
Yeah.
dad.
Shout out to you, Daddy. I'm probably going to talk some more about you here. We still got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do. We have a lot to talk about. Again, you guys are joining us again on a Thursday, Wacky Wednesday on a Thursday. I think, you want to sing a song?
Ooh, shit.
Did I put you on the
You're
spot?
going to put me on the spot. All right, let's do it.
What do you,
But what, though?
I don't know. You got your guitar. I don't know if you just want to like strum some and sing some off the top of your head, or you want me to rap. I mean, whatever you feel like.
Damn. Shoot. Let me see. Let me find something.
If you have it, I'll tell you what. This is what we'll do. You have like the backtrack. You have backtracks.
No, I just lyrics because I don't remember the words to shit.
Okay, then we'll do it like that. I'll say because I can do Bluetooth. She doesn't remember the words.
That's one thing. Dude, that's one thing that like even like my dad. I told you that he writes. You know, him and my mom write my Spanish stuff. He doesn't remember nothing. Never.
Like, so
Ever.
he's somebody that has to write it down really, really quick.
No, even if he writes it down, he doesn't know the titles of the songs.
Well, you're not the only artist. There's a lot of artists out there.
Yeah, and he's played with a lot of them, so I don't blame
And I would
him.
assume that once you make like your discography is really so big, like it's hard to remember all the songs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
man, absolutely.
Let's see what else we got on here.
Absolutely, yeah. It's he remembers like because he's a musician, so he remembers the music part of it. So it works out.
I saw a comment, but I don't see it on here. I don't know what the hell's going on with my
You
phone.
don't see it no more.
So as Demi's looking for lyrics,
Yeah.
So I had a friend of mine. I'm not gonna throw him under the bus because if it tastes like crap, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell him.
Oh.
So maybe you guys have done this before. Maybe you haven't. I remember being a kid and like going. We used to call it suicide. We'd get the soda and we just like the fountain machines. You just kind of get a bit of everything. You remember doing that? And it's like, oh, this tastes good. When you really, it didn't taste like nothing. You know what I mean? So I called Demmi. I said, Demmi, you drink soda? She's like, yeah. I said, all right. Well, we're gonna try something new on the show. It's a little as she strums. Just strum. Don't.
I won't. Yeah, no.
Don't
you're
sing.
talking right now.
That'll give me time to put how to put ice from there into here. And I'm going to make the drink. We're going to try it. And we're going to let you guys know how it tastes. Maybe you'll like it and you'll enjoy it. And if you do like it, if Demmi gives me a thumbs up, I give it a thumbs up. We'll call it the Wacky Wednesday. I don't know. We'll come up with something, man. So as Demmi strums, just bear with me. I'm going to make a drink.
Hey, I'm excited, dude. I'm curious, dude, because I see that there's these down here. I saw the other ones over
There's
there.
what?
These ones. These
Oh, yeah.
sodas.
But no liquor. No liquor.
All right.
Herman called me and he's like,
Fine.
hey, bro, no liquor. I said, all right, cool.
Fine.
So,
I can drink though, but I probably shouldn't.
no, we do have champagne. Lisa did sing you champagne. It is on ice, but I'm not a champagne person. Ooh. So you and your mom maybe could take it, and then y'all can have mimosas and then there you go, or later on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So the concoction is something that we drink all the time. I'm a big fan of both of these. And somebody told me to
I'm so here for it.
mix these.
So here for it.
50-50.
Ooh.
Has anybody ever done, if you get in the comments and let me know if you've ever done this. Right now, I'm scared out of my mind. One, because I have a white carpet and I have Big Red in my hand.
Oh gosh. Dude, well, I love both of them, so I'm really excited.
Hey, my one of my sponsors of the show, Hot Tejano, they're like, "Where's the Ultra?"
Hey.
Ultra, yeah, it's Chris Tristan. He's on.
Chris Tristan. How you
Yeah,
doing,
what's
man?
up?
I knew exactly who you were talking about before you said it.
So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open the Dr. And both of these are pretty fuzzy drinks, so bear with us here. Bear with us. First time here on Wacky Wednesday. $50-50. All right, here goes nothing.
Ooh, I'm excited, dude.
Sugary rush.
Yes, I'm telling you, I love, like, anybody who knows me knows that I drink Dr. Pepper all the time. I shouldn't, but I love
Is it
it.
32 flavors or 23 flavors?
I don't know. I just know it's good. And, like, the Big Red, I haven't had Big Red in a long time, but shout out to my dude in Austin, Julian Olivares.
He works for Big Red?
No, but he's always drinking it. Man, if he worked for Big Red, that would
Yo, it's people on here like, I drink that all the time.
like mixed?
Yeah. Vinny Trevino. He said, I have that all the time.
Oh,
All
I
right.
don't know. I don't know about all the time, though.
I don't know. We're gonna find out right now.
So, but are you going to try it first, or am I going to try it first?
How about we do it at the same time?
Little bro. All right. I'm here for it.
All right.
I told you I would try anything because you asked me that we would try
If
something.
we try it and you
Yeah.
said you would do it.
Oh yeah.
Demi, how is your, like, when you're, as I'm doing this, we're still conversating here.
Yeah.
When you're in the hospital, do you do a lot of writing in there?
Yes. Maybe I do, because I do have my guitar brought to me because I am in there for such a long time. You know, for people who don't, because I'm very open about it. You know, you see me post while I'm in there, you know, giving updates, you know, that kind of thing. So for people who don't follow me like that, you know, I'm never in there for less than a week and a half. I'm usually in there for at least 10 days. So when I'm away from my guitar for so long, or my any of my instruments, my violin, my keyboard, you know, I start to like kind of lose it, you know, because this is my escape. I'm not really good at anything else, so this is it for me. So my husband will bring my guitar, my dad will bring my guitar, my mom.
And how is that in the hospital? Are the nurses pretty cool with you?
Yeah, they are. That's another thing, you know, that people, if they know me.
Hey Jimmy, don't mind me. I'm gonna do a real raza move right now, just because I didn't bring a spoon. So I have to use my own fingers. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it to you. You can do that to yours.
I'm gonna do it myself. Oh my gosh.
It smells like a. It smells good.
It smells sweet.
On the count of 3, you ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Dude. I ship this. Well, hold on. The aftertaste is a bit.
The aftertaste is weird.
Yeah. Do you watch? Have you ever watched Austin Powers?
No.
Oh man.
It's good. Like the bite's good.
It's a bit nutty. It's a bit nutty. For my avid Austin Powers people, it's a bit nutty.
Oh man.
It's like basil.
So
This
again,
coffee smells
this
like shit.
Wacky Wednesday drink. We mix Big Red and Dr. Pepper. It's pretty good. I'd drink it again.
Yeah, I think I would too.
I would drink it again.
I think I would too. You know what? If you add some, and this is gonna sound like I drink. I never drink though.
What, if you add vodka to it or what?
If you add whiskey to it. If you add some whiskey
You
to that.
want some whiskey? I got some.
No. No, thank you. I'm just saying it would be good.
Oh my goodness.
You know, that would mask a whiskey taste, I think.
Yeah. Then I like the way whiskey tastes, so I don't want to mask it. I don't want to mask it.
Understandable.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, if you're just joining us now, somebody was sharing it on their page, and you came across these two weirdo people on your screen.
Yeah, you know what? I think we're pretty cool.
Yeah, we're really cool. It's Demmi Garcia on a Thursday night, doing a rewind to, not a rewind, but what do we call it, Demmi? A makeup Wacky Wednesday show, and Demmi is a beautiful, amazing, talented Tejano artist.
Thank you.
And not only Tejano. I know you can jam some English music too.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And you're just a well-rounded musician.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I love watching your lives. I love, because it's people don't get it. Like when you do a live for an artist, to me, you catch them in the most relaxed, in my opinion, the most relaxed setting that you're gonna get them. They're not in front of thousands of people.
Right.
You and your phone.
Yeah. No, like I literally, like my hair was in a ponytail, no makeup. I was just there,
Being real.
you know, because that's
what I love. That's what I love about Wacky Wednesday. Like, we're being real. What? Oh, people are giving us hearts because we're being real.
I like it. Give more hearts.
We're just, you know, I love that about you, that you are 100% who you are.
Thank you.
From the time I met you, us texting back and forth, just our conversations that we've had, you're not trying to be anybody that you're not.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? That's
well, yeah.
There's artists out there that they put on that suit, you know what I mean? And then, you know, when they leave the stage, well, they're this other person.
Yeah.
I think you're the same person that goes on and off the stage.
Yeah, on stage, I was raised with musicians, you know, and with my dad and with male musicians. So I have a very crude sense of humor, and I mean, really very crude. And my mom can attest to that. I think I joke a lot when I'm on stage. And when I walk off stage and hand off the mic to whoever's next or whatever, I usually tell them, like, hey, man, I just farted up there.
Hell yeah, man.
Shout out
That's
to
awesome,
Monico
man.
Cortez, because I did that to him. And I handed the mic off to him. And I was like, hey, Monico, hey, just let you know, I let one rip up there, man. Good luck. And he just looks at me like,
like, you for real? Like, you being serious?
and I really didn't, but it's just funny to joke with
And
him.
here's a crazy thing about this. Like, Demmi cusses just as much as me, if not more than me.
Yeah.
And so she started telling me that, and then, you know, I met her, you know, her beautiful mom before the show, and she looked at me, and her mom said, like, yeah, if you don't cuss, then, you know, I mean,
Why?
you're not living life.
Right.
And I'm like, a la madre.
You know they did a study, though. They did a study that says they found that people who cuss come out to be more honest people. And I really believe that.
Y'all listening?
Cuss,
You
y'all.
hear that?
It'll make y'all cuss. Throw the F-bombs.
Oh my, nah. I try not to. I got a Theo, and he's like, Bump, I love watching your shows, but mijo, hey, you're not getting drunk no more on your kitchen counter. That's how this started.
Yeah.
You know, this is how Wacky Wednesday started. I was getting drunk on the camera.
That's awesome.
And it's evolved from that. And so he's like, you don't need to cuss like that no more. I'm like, don't cuss like that.
I get it, you know, and my dad, my mom kind of understands, but my dad kind of gets on me too. He's like, hey, you said shit on your story, on your Facebook story. And I'm like, yeah, you know, but that's just who I am. You know, I get it.
When I get invited to the radio station, I get so nervous.
Me too, dude.
Because it's like,
me too. Because you have to put the filter on, you know?
Right.
And that's hard.
Yes, dude.
That's hard.
Really, really hard, man.
Because you seem like you're like me, where you get comfortable. You know that you're personable. You know.
That's why I do the podcast, man. Like, there's no what do you call it? You can kind of kick back, say what you want.
Yeah.
There's some words, you know, I don't really say, but for the most part, I'm just myself, man. I just like to, like, you know, like I told you when you came in here, there's no script. We just kicking it for the fans and getting the fans to get to know who Demmi Garcia is. Because, you know, when you go to a radio station, you ever hear an artist on a radio station, it's like, hey, Demmi, what's your new single?
Right.
Where are you playing on this weekend?
Yeah.
When's the new album going to be released? It's like the same exact questions.
You know, though, that whenever I did my, when I released my single Con Tu Amor, and I came here to KLMO, and I was there with Big Boy, and he can attest, he can tell you this. You know where our conversation went? And this is how every conversation with me will end up. We talked about farts. We did.
We're not talking about farts and wacky.
I'm just saying, like, my sense of humor is jacked, y'all. It is.
That's
but I'm
crazy,
not
man.
ashamed of it, though. Yeah.
So what you gonna jam for us?
So I'm just gonna do. I don't know if you were on my live when I did this song, but it's one of my favorite songs to play.
What is it?
Valerie.
Valerie.
Amy. Well, it's originally written by the Zootons, but Amy Winehouse covered it.
Let's do it. I'm.
Were you on the live for this?
I don't remember hearing you sing
Valerie.
Valerie. Yeah.
All right. Will they be able to hear the guitar?
Got you.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I needed to cover.
You're good.
Hey, I told you I didn't practice, so I need
So,
the guitar to cover.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Wacky Wednesday studio on a Thursday, the very talented and beautiful Demmi Garcia with a song called Valerie. Let's check it out with my Big Red and Dr. Pepper.
Hey, man. Hey, you're already almost halfway done.
It's good. It's good. Let's go.
Here you go. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. And I think of all the things and what you're doing. And in my head I paint a picture. Since I've come on home and my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. 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 Move that down. Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale? Did you get a good lawyer? Hope you didn't catch a 10. Hope you found the right man who'll fix it for you. Are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? Did you have to pay that fine? You were dodging all the time. Are you still dizzy? Since I've come on home, and well, my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. 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 Valerie.
Wow.
There's that.
That was beautiful, 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 beautiful.
Thank you.
It really compliments your voice, that song.
Oh, thank
You know what I mean? Like the pitch in that song really compliments your voice.
Thank
You had a bunch of hearts and they're still coming up, man. They're still coming
I
up.
have my lyrics pulled up so I can't see.
Shout out to my girl Andy Bustamante. She's
Ooh,
watching.
yes,
Andy,
man.
and a special. I always forget, and she supports the crap out of my show. I want to stop what I'm doing, and I want to give a personal shout out to Miss Bonnie Hernandez. Bonnie,
Bonnie's a supporter, man.
dude. Thank you so much. From the
Yes.
first time that we've had any kind of dialogue back and forth, she has been 100% behind the show, and she's always promoting the show.
Yeah.
any night that I have, she makes it a point to get on here, get in the comments, and just talking. She's been in the onda for a long time.
And that's the thing. Like she shares my stuff too. Always share, like commenting.
Yeah.
Very active and yeah. Shout out to Bonnie, dude, because she is doing her part to keep this industry alive. And
speaking of the industry, Demmi, that you're here as my guest tonight. What's your take on the industry right now? How do you feel as a female Tejano artist? It's hard.
It is. So I think there's a lot of things now that my generation of female Tejano artists, thanks to the Laura Canales, the Elsa Garcias, the Selenas, the Elidas, Stephanie, Shelly, because of them, we don't have to deal with a lot of the things that they
breaking the barriers down,
breaking the glass ceiling.
Yeah, the glass ceiling.
And I'm grateful to them for that. But I mean, there's still a lot of work to do.
Oh, dude, I was just about to cut you off and say, like, they have broken the barrier, right? Mm-hmm. But that, I mean, we're still, light years away, honestly.
Yeah.
For it being, you know what I'm saying, and giving you guys the right, respect. the respect that you guys so deserve, because you guys just put in just as much as hard work as any male puts in. You know what I mean?
Perfect example. Somebody we were just talking about, Di. A lot of people see her as an artist, but they don't know she's a songwriter. They look at me and they see an artist, but they don't know I'm a songwriter. That's why I make it every interview that I do, I like to tell people that before I'm an artist, before I'm a singer, I'm a musician. I played instruments and all of that before I even started singing. That's where my heart is at. That's where
that's your love. That's your
everything.
Love, yeah.
It's people like her and hopefully, my generation and my sisters that we're going to be able to bring light to the fact that we're on stage singing, but we're also in the studio producing our stuff. We're the ones behind the board running the sessions. We're the ones giving behind the talkback mic, telling the musicians, hey, you know what? Hey, that was good. Do it again. You can do it better. You
see that? I mean, you'll these are the things that you'll never, I mean, you're not going to get this on a radio interview. I'm just sorry. Like, you're not going to get it. And I'm glad that you're saying these things, because I don't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at you as an artist, and you keep saying you are a songwriter. Mm-hmm. And, to me, it's great that you're a songwriter before, musician songwriter before you're an artist. Mm-hmm. And again, I've had Aisha on here, I've had Di on here, yes. I've had Shelly Lattice on here. Absolutely. I have quite a bit
Shelly's a beautiful songwriter,
dude,
and producer.
Shelly was, I know your mom's looking at me already right now, like, I'm gonna get you on camera right now. Shelly, when the story of her, she texted, she got my phone number from somewhere, mm-hmm. and I had a text from a 210 number, and I was like, I don't. Yeah, I want to do your show before I retire. And so I looked at him like,
for her to reach out to you, dude?
Right. But I think Lexi helped her. Lexi pushed her a little bit. And shout out to Lexi.
Yeah, shout out to Lexi for sure.
And so she's like, oh, I'm sorry, this is Shelly Lattice.
Ooh, I bet you were like,
dude,
what?
I'm not lying to you.
I love it.
I put the phone down. My heart was beating through my chest. And my wife's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, read this. And she read it, and she's like, for me.
That's awesome, dude.
I mean, Shelly has been there since the beginning. Like,
yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
She's been in the ins and outs. And like you said, she broke down the glass barriers. Yes. For female artists now.
And is still doing it.
Yeah. And so when she was here, it was just for me. I was just like, I kept looking at her and like, Shelly Lattice is in my house. Shelly Lattice is in the studio. She's sitting right next to me.
Universe, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was just cool. But the best part of everything was how down to earth she was. Dude. Like it wasn't star status. Like she was just like, hey, Bump, let's talk. Like we're cool. Like
so cool.
It felt like I knew her my whole life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you meet somebody and it's like,
yes.
And I get that a lot. People like, Bump, you know why I like you? because it feel like I've known you my whole life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're just a very personable person.
Absolutely.
My wife always says that all the time. She's like, hey, the reason you get along with people is because when you talk to somebody, they feel like they've known you forever. You know what I'm saying?
That's an awesome trait. Yeah.
And it helps with the show.
Absolutely.
You gotta talk to people.
You're good at this.
But she, you know, her being here and talking to her and the 40 plus years that she's been going at it.
Yeah.
That's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
She's
That's
gone through
lifetime.
yeah. And at the end of the day, she's happy because you know what?
Mm-hmm.
When she does call it quits, she's leaving the genre better than the way she found it.
Absolutely.
So now you, Demmi Garcia, has to pick that torch up, and you got to leave the industry better.
Yes.
The way she left it.
Absolutely. No,
You know what I mean?
whenever the Nada de Ti collaboration came about with Shelly and with my sisters Monica Staldivar and Sonia de la Paz and myself, you know, Shelly made it very clear what she expected of us about how we would carry ourselves respectfully, how we would represent the genre, how we would represent women in the genre, but more importantly, how we were representing the next generation of the genre. And what we were going to have to do when it was our turn to be in Shelly's spot. And I know that me and my sisters, and not just Monica and Sonia, but, you know, my other sisters as well, that, you know, when the time comes, like, we're going to do our part. It's going to, like I said, it's going to take a group effort. And we're going to hopefully be there one day. And we're going to be coaching the next genre. And we're going to be supporting them and passing down the torch to them, you know? And
I think with music, I think to me, and what I find, and we're talking on Shelly, like what I find so respectful about her was the fact that she has, excuse my language, but she has the cojones to say, you know what? That's it.
It's on her terms.
It's on my time.
Yes, that's what
I'm
I
done.
love. You know?
And, you know, she sat here and said, like, hey, we have to, as an artist, like, when do you call it quits?
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people say, well, I'm going to ride it until I'm in the coffin,
Yep.
which is cool. There's legends that have done that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But to enjoy life, like when we talked to Mario last night about life on the road is not what it seems. Your mom's in the audience and she's been around all kinds of musicians. And, you know, our vision of what goes on backstage, that's really not how it goes. You know what I mean?
I saw a comment and I forgot who said it. I want to say it was Cesar. I think it was Cesar. And he said that backstage is overrated.
Yeah. It was either him or Joey Jams. Joey Jimenez.
You know, it might have been.
One of them two said that.
Yeah, and I read that and I'm like, there you go. You know, it's really like that.
I mean, because we thinking you're rocking and rolling back there, you know, getting your hair done. You're back in a chair, getting your makeup done. I'm sure that in other genres and big time artists that happens. But in the Tejano world, it's kind of backstage. You're drinking some water, warming up. Yeah. And like, Demmi, come on, let's go. You got to get on. You got to get on the show. Know?
I mean, like, dude, whenever we walked in, I told you, I'm like, yeah, I just changed in your driveway in the back seat. You know, that's usually how it is.
I wasn't going to bring that up. Hermana, I didn't want to bring, but your mother-in-law came in here, she's like, she's crazy. She's crazy. And I said, what?
Oh, yeah.
She's like, Demi's like, no, we've been here for a while. Your dog's been going crazy, and I just changed in the back seat in your neighborhood. Ain't no big deal.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
My mom made sure to turn the light off and shit. You know, I was incognito, bro. I was incognito. Nobody knew.
Oh my goodness, man.
But yeah, I was still like, as we were driving up, I was still in my sweatpants.
And you could have came in your sweatpants. You'd been just chill, bro. Just chill. Like, so if you're ever a future guest, Sonia de la Paz.
Yes, dude, that's gonna be such a good
Sonia
one.
de la Paz. She's gonna tell me, Bumper, you've been telling me you haven't given me a date. She's probably right, because I'm like, I asked Mario, do you remember everything? He's like, I try to, but
it's hard, dude. Don't. It's hard.
But if I ever ask you to be a guest on the show, dude, come relax, bro. Chill. You know what I mean? This is just a chill environment. We just kick back and get to know one another or get to know what you're into. Yeah. And so, Demmi, musician, dealing with a sickness,
yes,
a mother, a wife, you're able to do all that because you've said it over and over and over again. And I want the fans to know how much it means to you as your family.
My family.
You know, your musical family,
my
your
given
core.
and my chosen family. You know, it's I have the best support system, my network, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I'm telling you, like,
So you just have one daughter, right?
I have one daughter.
One daughter.
Miss Melody.
Is she spoiled?
Is okay. That is the understatement of the year. Bien chiflada because of that one right there. Because of my mommy right there. And my dad in here, my mother-in-law, all of them, everybody, my husband. But let me tell you why. Because she's the first, because between my mom and my dad, I'm the only child. So, you know, and she was the first grandchild on this side. She was the first grandchild on my husband's side too. So it was.
Dang, though, she's really spoiled, man.
And then on top of that, because of my illness, they told me I wasn't going to be able to have children. So
she's just that much more special, man.
Absolutely. That's
awesome.
Because I don't know if you know, but I have a battery in my stomach, like right here under my rib. I just got a new one last year. It's a battery about this big, and it's right here. And it has 2 wires that connect to my stomach, and it helps power my stomach. People don't know that. It sends electricity to my stomach. And
you're being serious.
I'm being serious, yeah. And I also have an aparato aquí también, right here. Oh yeah, it's a chest port. Because for so many years of being in the hospital, the veins in my arms are just kind of done. So this is a little disc like this, and it has a tube connected to my heart. So that's how it's kind of graphic, but like they literally just stick a needle just straight in there, 1 3/4 inch needle, just in there, and that's how I get my medications and stuff when I'm in the hospital. Yeah.
Oh, man.
If you've ever seen my port get access, my mom has seen my port get access, and it's gnarly.
Demmi, when you're in there, like, are you on a strict diet?
Yeah, I don't eat. For like the first week. They either have me in PO, which means that you don't take anything in by mouth. So no water,
It's all through IVs.
All through IV. And then, they'll slowly introduce clear liquids, and I'm on clear liquids for about a week. Then they move up to soft liquids, and then that's like pudding and things like that. And then I'm just kind of worked back up. But, when I can eat, though, no, dude, I'm taking advantage of that. My husband will bring me chips. My friends will bring me a Kit Kat. My mom will bring me.
You and your mom tonight, y'all are gonna be on a carb high about all those chips and stuff you got over there. You got all kinds of snacks over there, man.
I know. It's I'm telling you, it's when I'm out of the hospital, I try and make the most of it as much as I can do. And
awesome,
sometimes I overdo it. This last hospital stay was only because I overdid it. Because I overworked myself.
When you told me, you're like, Bump, I went to Vegas. I did the fanfare, and you were going 100 miles an hour, and your body, finally said, hey.
It was time.
It was time.
See, the thing is that nobody knows this, but I had to go to the hospital in Vegas. The day after I performed, I had to go to the emergency room. And they wanted to admit me there in Vegas, but I obviously didn't want that, because I actually had a show here in the next weekend, and so I'm communicating with my doctor, and he's like, no, tell them to discharge you. You get on the first flight back here to Houston. As soon as you land, you come straight here. We're getting you admitted, And I was like, okay, we'll do that. I got to Houston. I'm like, I want that day. You can handle it, girl. You have a show this weekend. You didn't
go check yourself in.
I did not. And I did the show that weekend, and I'm like, you know what? After the show, I'm going to check myself in, I promise. And I was like, you know what? I have the Tejano Fest Grand Prairie show next weekend. Man. So this was 2 weeks after that. And my Monica Saldivar was there, John El Tejano John Angel was there, and they both were there as I was sitting down before I performed. I'm like this because I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling well at all. And
you did it anyway?
I did it. And it's not really a good example to set, I would not tell any artist to do that.
I mean,
but
you can say that, Demi, but at the same time, like, you know, another reason I love doing the podcast and the show, right, is, you know, people can sit down. If somebody's sitting down right now and they're listening to this conversation that we're having,
mm-hmm.
and maybe they're going through something, maybe they have
mm-hmm.
some, and to hear you and what you're going through, somebody, you know, sometimes people can be like, you know what, maybe I don't have it that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can push through, or you know, or and it doesn't have to be that you're sick. It could be you can have a problem or whatever.
Some hardship.
Or you know, you're a young artist, you're a young female artist, you come across a podcast and you're listening, like Demmi Garcia is, you're saying that it's not good, but I'm not saying that it's not bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
health wise it's not good.
Yeah.
But for the fans, I mean,
and you know what? I was raised in this, and not just Tejano, but I was raised with the standards of mainstream music. You know, that's why I'm my own biggest critic, because I grew up with the examples of Beyonce, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. I seen the work they put in, the hours, it's insane.
You ever had a good conversation with Beyonce?
She knows my name. She knows my name. Yeah, I went with my mom. We went on her when she went to Mexico. We went to Monterrey with her,
mm-hmm.
and we were working her meet and greet, and yeah, she was like, "Hey, Demmi, go find me a new marker, because she needs to sign shit, you know."
Right.
And so I was like, "You said my name," even though at that point.
Can you say it again? Let me rewind.
Even though at that point.
And your mom's like, just go get the goddamn marker.
Yeah. You know, even though at that point my mom had been working with them for years, so of course she knew my name,
right.
You know, but like for me, I'm just like, oh God, this is you, dude. Like, do you get I mean, that you worked around artists like that, you know, pretty much your whole life. For you, you don't get starstruck. You know, must like, hey, it's my job, it's what I do.
I'll be honest with you, I got starstruck with Mark Anthony. I couldn't handle it.
If you couldn't hear her, she said she got starstruck with Mark Anthony.
Bumper,
but he weighs 100 pounds soaking wet, right?
Can I, mommy? I would love.
Yeah, let her have her go sit down.
Because my mom again has worked in mainstream pop, mainstream R&B, mainstream Latin country, everything, and I think she would have some awesome conversation.
Let's do it.
Answers for you. So I'm gonna pass the torch here.
What name you want to go? But
my name is Lynn. So Lynn.
Just
Lynn Almanza. I tagged her. She Lynn Almanza Vasquez. She's on my Facebook. So go follow her. She's my manager.
Do it if you say hello to your grandma because she's watching.
So just real quick before my mom comes on here, my grandmother, she is a songwriter and singer in Mexico, and she came here and she freaking did everything. She was she had her own TV show. She wrote for everybody. She wrote for the Hometown
This is
Boys.
your mom.
Yes, you know the song Aquel Amor by my grandmother wrote that song. Yeah.
Dude, that's nuts, bro.
And the song that I got, my tia Elsa recorded the song Aventura de mi vida, and I got to record that song with Grupo Powerhouse Aviso out of Houston. That is my favorite song my grandmother ever wrote. So much so that I have it tattooed right here on my arm. Because my grandma she's it, dude. She is my, like...
Did your grandma see your tattoo?
Oh, yeah. And you know what's funny? So I got my belly button pierced, right? And she's like, desgraciada. You know, right? Dude, but the day I'm like, because it's, I call her...
The way you say it one more time. What did she say?
She goes, desgraciada. ¿Qué es eso? You know, like... Dude, it was funny. I'm just there like, shit. I pissed off my grandma, dude. No, but like the day that I told her, I'm like, Meli, because I call her Meli, because her name's Ermelinda, but I call her Meli. And I'm like, Meli, look, I was like, I tengo un tatuaje. And she's like, ¿Qué es eso? And I look, she goes, she started getting pissed. And I'm like, but like, read it. Like, what? And she can't read it because she's already kind of older already, right? I'm like, es su canción. And she's like, ¿Cuál? I was like, Aventura de mi vida, mi favorita. And she's like, qué bonito. Está bonito, mi.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like,
man.
I'm like, oh, now it's okay. Now it's okay, Grandma. Yeah.
So you've heard us. We've been talking into in the audience. You know, she comes from a very talented musical family, and we have her beautiful mother, Lynn, here, and we're gonna ask her to come and
Yes.
sit down just for a few minutes. And if you guys have any questions, because I got some questions for her
She has a wealth
of knowledge.
Yes.
So without further ado. She's 27. She's 27, going on 28. She said, "I put I."
All right, thanks for putting me on the spot here.
Let me take this off because I'm gonna say that's not Demmi. Hold on. So, Lynn, you have been in the music business for as long as your whole life,
Yeah, started with my mom in the nightclub. Yeah,
and your mom has been a songwriter since as long as that you can remember.
forever and a day, the best. I always say this. It's amazing to me that she can write an entire story in 3 minutes of a song. The Hometown Boys, like El Amor. If you listen to the lyrics, it's an entire story. You from the beginning to the end. And I always asked her, Mom, how do you do that? And she goes, well, I said, Mom, you don't play an instrument. How do you do that? She goes, in Spanish, she would say, pues se me viene la melodía y las palabras a la vez. And I never understood that, right? Because I was like, how's that even possible? When Demmi started singing, it was one of those things that she told me one of the very first times when she went German, actually, I wrote the song. And she says, Mom, I feel butterflies. She was real young. I feel butterflies when I'm around him. And it was very strange because I wrote a song about that, and I heard the melody and the lyrics at the same time. And I called Demmi's dad. I said, Mike, he always asked me, he said, a piano song, guitar song? And I said, this is a guitar song. And he said, okay, let's do it. And, it happened that way. I'm nowhere near close to the talent that my mom has. Never will be. There's never going to be anybody like that again.
I think there's people in this. I've said this before. I think that there's people in this world that just have a gift. Some people can just get a pencil. Never taken an art lesson in their life, and they can just look at you and they'll draw you, and you look exactly. It's just a gift from God. I honestly believe that, because I have friends that I can just sit there and tell them a story, and just like you said, your mom, they can make a song out of it like that.
Yeah.
And then you have people who are artists, and they said, man, it took me 8 months to write this song. I did this first part, and then I couldn't find anything. And then another part came to me another part. But there's just some people that can just really sit down there. Like you just said, in 3 minutes, your mom can you write a whole story in one song. That's not normal.
Not at all. Not at all. There's another song, and shout out to my sister Elsa and my brother JC. I love you guys so much. The very first song that Mike's husband, Demmi's dad, and I wrote was when Demmi was born, so 29 years ago. And the song is called Lo que te prometí. And my brother JC, we're about to release a CD as well. We have great musicians on the CD that my brother's doing. It's already finished, actually. And David Lee's on it, and I was so honored when David Lee said, hey, Lynn, who wrote these songs? He came and joined us on 3 songs. And I said, I did. I said, Mike and I, and JC helped me with the vocal arrangements. And my husband, who is an amazing arranger as well, between Mike and Jesse, they did the arrangements. And he goes, no. He goes, but where'd y'all get the song from? And I told him, I said, no, seriously. I said, melodies and lyrics come, and Mike gets involved, and JC, and then Demmi, and he was shocked because I've known him since my Elsa days. I was little.
Yeah.
And to me, when he said that, it meant the world to me. It was very amazing. It kind of validated me in a sense. It made me feel like, okay, you're on the right track. So I kept writing.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah, kept writing for Demmi, and we're about to go back in the studio and finish her stuff, and we're here for photo shoots and we're doing videos and trying to get it all together. And as Demi told you, it's a challenge. There's no doubt. A challenge because of her health, of course. But I think the end result is going to be amazing because just like what you said, people now know the story, so they're going to feel the music and they're going to understand what's behind it. Yeah. And I'm very proud of her. I always tell her, you're to be admired. I don't know if
she's
people
a warrior.
realize that.
She's a warrior.
Yeah, that's the right
I mean,
word for her.
because for most people to have that, it would, I'm going to be, most people not that I know, but most, the common person, if they had something that serious to me, it'd be like, look, I'm going to do whatever I can for my health. And that's it. Like, as long as I'm healthy, I'm not going to be able to do this. I can't do that. Mm-hmm. I have yet, and what she's been sitting here saying, I wasn't going to be able to do this. I'm not going to do that. Like, that doesn't come out of her mouth. Mm-hmm. So you raised a great woman. You know what I mean? You raised a warrior that she could, even with the sickness, find a way to, still promote her music, still make music, still, try to get on the road as much as she can. Because again, a common person would get that and be like, I just want to be alive. That's it.
It's not an option.
You know what I mean? And it's not an option for her. It's not an option whatsoever. And then a little bit about you, Lynn. Like, you have been. I Googled you earlier.
Oh no, that's not
I Googled.
It's all lies.
I Googled it. Well, how do you say Googled it? And so I'm not gonna say who, but somebody's like, hey, she's been in the Beyonce Knowles camp, the family for a long time, and again, it just goes to show that you're not just in the Tejano realm. You know the business in and out, ups and downs from big timers to somebody
Absolutely.
Just getting started.
Absolutely.
And what is your, if you could, not to keep you on here forever and a day, but what is your take on where we're at with our genre, with Tejano music? Like, what is your take? Like, what do we got to do? Bumper always says, we got to keep our music relevant. That's why I do this show, because I say it all the time. I want to keep our culture and our music relevant to our kids, to people, right? Like, keep it fresh in your head. Like, we're not going nowhere. We're here. Mm-hmm. What's your take on where we're at, or where we need to go, or whatever? I mean,
I'll be honest with you. I think that we need artists like Demi, like Monica, Sonia. I mean, those are just the three that, we've worked with them recently. So I have to mention them. I think that it takes a younger artist to draw in a younger audience. I think that for a long time, and I mean this respectfully, the music that was coming out was not to the standard of Shelly's music, not to the standard of Elsa Garcia, not to the standard of Selena. It was something like, yeah, you make music, be proud of what you're putting out there. I felt like the radio stations were just playing stuff that was just not up to par with everybody else. However, and I think that, and I give all the credit to my best friend Shelly, bringing together these girls and showing women uniting and how powerful it is. I see Demi's numbers on Instagram, and I see, she has, over 500,000 views on Facebook on her videos. And a lot of those people that are watching her videos are younger people. So I'm very hopeful that we're going to bring some of these younger people, to the forefront and bring that audience and make it better. I talked to Matthew, Mr. Knowles. I worked directly under him. I've worked for the family for 20 years. And Shelly, myself, and Demi met with Mr. Knowles. He was wonderful enough to give me my own label. He gave me Music World Latin, which is an extension of his label. So I have my own kind of label management situation going on.
Not kind of, it is a label.
No, it is a label. She's trying to make it be not such a big deal. It's a big deal, and she's the CEO of it. So let's keep going.
And you know what? It's big. at the State of Tejano Music that happened a few months back. Shout out to Kelly Trevino, awesome, incredible person. Mr. Knowles came on and he joined the meeting and he gave me my label then, right? And Kelly came up to me. She goes, "Oh, Lynn," she goes, "I'm so sorry." And I said, "Why are you sorry?" She goes, "Well," she goes, "now you have a target on your back." And I didn't think about what, she's a very intelligent woman, number one. She's a hustler. I admire her in a very big way. And to hear her say that, it kind of resonated with me. And that's exactly what happened. I think that people are expecting me, because of my history and where I come from and who I work for, to bring this back to life. But
Like it's all on your shoulders.
absolutely. And and you know what? I take on that challenge. I'm gonna be like my mother, who raised my wonderful sisters and my brother, who I absolutely adore. All of us, all, my three sisters, my sister Blanca, probably the most intelligent, incredible person in my family. All of us are strong, and we just never give up. It's like Demmi, we don't have that option. So I kind of, instill that in her. And I treat my granddaughter the same way. And if you see her, and like what you said, she was over there doing Demmi with the towel and doing all this stuff, that's her confidence. That's because she's told she's going to be able to do it. That's because, and I don't see that in the Latin, in our families. It's just not there. What I mentioned to you, what Demmi mentioned to you about, me working with my ex-husband and my husband, it's one of the proudest things I can't even begin to tell you. I love them both very different ways. Mike has always been there for Demmi and has been a solid father in the hospital with her music. People can see it on Facebook. He is 100% there. His wife, Michelle, absolutely adore you. I can't wait for you to come make dinner again. She's been through a battle. She just got 2 new lungs, and she's a survivor. So Demmi only sees that. My granddaughter, Melly, only sees that. So I think that a lot of what we're doing, as far as like how we're going to bring this music back together and make it what it really, I don't want to make it the way it was. I don't want to do that. If I had to say something, I want to make it better than that. Does that make sense?
Demmi, I love your mom.
Yeah.
Because everything she's saying is what I've been trying to push for the last 18 months that I've been doing this show.
And let me tell you, I want to say something else real quick before I forget. People don't know this, but Demmi writes incredible English music. She writes all her music, right? She has the option. I have all the connections of giving music to Beyonce, of giving music to Solange, of giving music to all these artists, right? Because we have Shaka Khan, the OJs, Temptation. We have all these artists on our label. We have country artists too. We have gospel. I've done all that, right? So I have all those people. But she has chosen to do what is needed to bring this genre of music back out of values and respect for the people who were here before her. My mother, my sister Elsa, my brother JC, just Shelly. She wants to continue that. And when you have people like Shelly pushing and putting women together and helping each other out and sharing contact information and, hey, can we do this? What do you think about that? I think it's possible. You know what? I think that, no, I have a target on my back, yes, but no, I'm not going to do it by myself. I have all these strong people. I have people like yourself who believe in what I believe in. I believe they're out there. I do. I really honestly do. I had a gentleman come up to me the day of the State of Tejano Music. I won't name names, and he knows who he is, and all my respect to him. I adore him. I have nothing but respect for him. But as powerful as he was, he said, look, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to tell you who's good, who's bad. And I said, hey, I didn't come here to divide and conquer. I said, I came here to be a part of a solution to a big problem. And that's the way I look at it. I don't know what it's going to take. Like Matthew's like real simple. Hey, well, you need money. What do we need to do? No, sir, I need your mind. I need you. I need for you to guide me just like you've always done. We've done, we've gotten all these Grammys together. We've traveled the world together. We've done all this stuff. But this is different. I don't care what anybody says. I can have all the experience in the world. But this is Tejano music. It's a smaller market. And the whole idea is to bring it to the forefront and make it better than it was. I really believe it's possible. In my heart, I really do.
Well, not because you're sitting because you're sitting in that chair. I want to tell you that as Bumper Gomez, as the one day podcast that I do, like, I'm with you 150,000% behind you. Whatever I can do.
Thank you.
And I'm trying. Like I'm just,
I know
what I mean.
you are.
Every week, I'm just trying to help the new guy, the old guy, the guy that wants to come back, the woman that anybody. I've done the sound engineers. When's the last time you ever seen somebody interview G-Man?
Important. So important.
You know what I mean? These guys that make these people, you know what I mean? And they have stories for days.
Yes.
Yes. I haven't. You're the first songwriter. You're the first. Like, people have hit me up that are just songwriters. They're not artists. They're just songwriters. And I want to dig into that. Like, I just want to give people a good 360 degree of what it takes for them when they turn on the radio to hear that song, right? And what you're telling me is, the target on your back is definitely, with that being said, that's definitely there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's going to take somebody with a lot of cojones.
I'm a female in a man's world.
There
I want
you
to say
there you go.
Too.
There you go. It's going to take that. And I want the thing. You do it. I mean, it's going to take a team effort. Yeah. It really is. And I think, I can't remember who it was in an interview that I saw. And he just thinks, somebody said he was a radio DJ for many, many years. He's like, I think Tejano is just we're going through a phase, and it gone through a phase before. It's going to come back up. But as Tejano fans, we have to be accepting of new music, yes, and we have to be accepting of the music evolving and not being scared. Don't be like, no, hombre, why are they putting this on there? Hey, dude, it's new. It's or do that, whatever.
Give it a chance.
Yeah, give it a chance. How many songs do you first? This happens to me all the time. And I'll say Intocable. When Intocable comes out with a new album, I download the whole album, and I'll sit in here or I'll sit somewhere and I'll listen to a song and I'm like, yo, like, where's todo para qué? Like, I don't, right? And I'll listen to the song, I'll hear the whole album, I'll play it again, and I'll play it again. By the fourth or fifth time, I'm in it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. At first, I was like,
yeah,
that's too much, that's too different for me, right?
Yeah.
But as a fan of music, like, I absorb it. And then now I expect that, like, you better come up with something different. You know what I mean? I'm expecting that when a new album comes out. And speaking to Mario last night, him being a big time producer, like, he's down for that. Like, I think people are we just have to find that. There's no right answer.
There isn't.
There isn't a right answer.
Let me I'm going to just be very honest about what my focus is right now, because I think that it can't be a focus on Tejano music solely. I'm releasing her first pop single. The song is called Your Eyes Say Everything. She wrote it. I mean, it's an incredible tune. And that's the first one I'm going to release. And the reason that I'm doing that is because, number one, she wrote this song at a very difficult time in her life, my life, and Mr. and Mrs. Knowles, Beyonce's parents, who we worked with very closely. And Demmi is extremely close to Mr. Knowles and Miss Tina as well. Like, they text each other, and it's just a very weird relationship. But they're like when Beyonce and Solange were getting their lives and getting married and doing whatever. That's when Demmi kind of showed up, when I started working there. So they naturally, it's like they're her parent as well.
Right.
In a sense. And so the song is called Your Eyes Say Everything, and it came about to Demmi because of the divorce that they went through. So that was difficult for Demmi because she was caught like in the middle, like, And so I recently talked to Miss Tina because she wants to help with whatever we want to do, right? And I appreciate it. She's been in our lives forever, but it's a difficult situation too, because I want to say that we did this on our own, you know? But I've already talked to her, and I said, Miss Tina, I said, I really need a chance at the pop market, at least in AC. AC is adult contemporary, by the way. So, she goes, sure, what can I help you with? I said, Demi wrote a song. It's about you and Mr. Knowles. And I said, you have 2 million Instagram followers. She goes, send me the song when it's ready. So if I get notoriety, and this is my thought, and maybe it won't happen, but I'm going to give it my best shot, right? I figure that if I can do that and have people listen to Demi's song in the English market, we'll recruit people by default when she tags into Tejano, right?
Makes sense to me.
Maybe.
No, it makes perfect sense.
Maybe. And if I have people strategizing, me and Shelly talk about it all the time. She comes over my house and we talk, and a lot of the times it's really, we take time, just like when we were little growing up on the road, we talked about, we watched the Little Rascals, we did the high sign and did all that, girl things, little kid things, not discuss music. But there comes a time when she's over at the house, and you know what? We do that. We talk about, what are we going to do? What's next? What can I help you with? How can we fix it? Because that's the real deal. That's what we all have to do. We have to come together. And, talking like what you're doing here and talking to Mario last night, you talking to sound engineers, it doesn't matter, radio people, just have the conversation, because we're going to figure it out. We are.
We're not going nowhere. Like, for the fans, like, nobody's throwing in the white towel and be like, hey, it's going away. Matter of fact, I wore a shirt last night that said Tejano ain't dead, baby.
I need one of those.
And so my boy Rick Balderrama, that's his saying. He, Tejano ain't dead, baby. So I wore it just for the show. So today for lunch, I work from home, so I like to go somewhere to get away from the house for 30, 45 minutes. Sure. So I wore my shirt and I went to McAllister's, and I walked in, and I shit you not, like 4 people in there were like, man, I love that shirt. Yeah. I love that shirt. And another lady, I love that shirt. And I'm like, okay, like, hey, people are reading that, what I mean? They agree with it. So, again, I'm so happy that you're going to continue to do what you can for the genre. Yeah. No matter what it takes. I'm going to do what I can to, for the genre, however it takes. And you're one of those people that are just, again, you're going to go unseen in a sense. Like you're one of those people behind the scenes, making shit happen. Yeah. Right. And you're never going to, you're like the sound engineer. You're never going to get the, good job. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You're absolutely right about that. Let me tell you something. And it's very weird that you say that, because working for Mr. Knowles, nobody can speak to him unless they go through me. That's just the way it is. He's too busy, right? We're working on the Destiny's Child movie, the Destiny's Child documentary, his, all this stuff, right? What we're doing. And I always say to him, he goes, Lynn, but say your name or whatever. And I said, sir, I said, you know what? If you're up there and I made you look good and everything was flawless, if I did the same thing for your daughters, if I did that for Miss Tina and nobody knows my name, I go, that's because I'm doing a hell of a job. I don't need for people to know who I am.
That's it.
I don't. The only people, honestly, that, people like yourself are important to me. People in my immediate circle are important to me. And as I get older, in my family, my sisters and my brother, my mother, that is like the core of me. It's in me. I hear them, I see them, and I feel them, and in everything I do. Except for the bad shit, of course, But you know what? Again, getting to the main thing here, I just want to be part of a solution. Everybody that's out there, please ask for music. Give the new artists a chance, whether you've heard them or not. We need more radio stations on FM. We need shows like this to help us out. Just get out there. Social media is very powerful. And together we can make it happen. We can do this. and it's great dancing music at the end of the day.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, man. Always great dancing music. Miss Lynn, I wanna thank you for, for just saying, yeah, I'll sit down and answer a few questions. And you took me for a ride. Like I had no idea that what you just talked about. I'll ask you though, if you ever get involved with anything on the state of the music, or, let's have a forum or something, please keep me in mind. I would love to be part of, you know what I mean? I talk to artists almost every day. Since I started the show, it's just, sometimes I sit at my desk and I close my eyes. I'm like, man, I can't believe I'm rubbing elbows with this person or that person. And at the end of the day, that's already gone.
Yeah.
That feeling of like, Allah, that's, you know what I mean? I grew up, that's gone for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just more of just a friendship. You know what I'm saying? Just like, hey, it's just, they're normal people just like us. They just decided to make this a living.
Yeah.
And I would love to be on any kind of panel, you know what I mean? Or any kind of brainstorming ideas, because I got all kinds of ideas.
You know what I would love? I would love for anybody who's out there, who's in the business, like yourself, like Shelly, artists, program directors, people who have internet stations, everything. I would love to hear from you guys and get ideas from you guys, because I think that's the only way that we're going to make it happen. A lot of it is, of course, everybody says, oh, money. Yeah, of course. But you know what? Social media is so powerful right now. It's powerful. We can make anything happen.
No, you're right. And you know what I love about Wacky Wednesday, Frito Pie Friday, all these little things that I do, is that if you're a fan and you get into the chat room, right, and you're chatting about the show or whatever, you're rubbing elbows right along with the artists. Are they're commenting just like you are. They can see your comments. You can see their comments. So where else are you going to get that kind of interaction?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Social media is such a powerful tool. And, I'm glad that I'm using it for that reason. So again, Miss Lynn, however Bumper can help you, whenever, however, you count me in. I'm in 100%, to help you. And I will pray for you and continue to hope that you do great things for our industry. You know what I mean? Demi's doing her thing, but taking Demmi out and just Miss Lynn here, like with the record label, everything that you got going on right now, like I wish you the best. And I'm here to help you. And I'm sure that the people that are listening, people will reach out to you and say like, hey, I'm in too, Lynn. Like, let's do this. What do we got to do? Because we got to do something.
Yeah.
We got to do something because, we don't want, you were making fun of you weren't making fun of, you're like, that's your favorite movie is La Bamba.
That's my husband's favorite movie too, which is really strange. I was like, I heard you say lines from the movie and I was like, oh my goodness.
I just love it because it's just, it's so me. Like just growing up, the lines in the movie are showing our cultures. For me, it's the first movie I ever saw that showed people like us on Prime, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And, you being in the music industry, before I let you go, like one thing, a comment that I always like to say is that, as Latinos, as Chicanos, as Tejanos, people don't understand that we are going to be the majority of this country very, very soon, sooner than later.
I think we already are.
Well,
we did because Mr. Knowles and I, we teach at the University of Houston. We teach, right now we're teaching at Point Blank Music School in Los Angeles, and they're in London and everywhere else. And one of the classes that we're teaching, we had the students do a demographic search of the United States only, and we are actually the number one. If we include migrant workers, if we include that, we're definitely the majority.
But we are take this. We are the majority, but we are the least represented in all walks of life, and not walks of life, but in all aspects of life, in the news, in TV, in movies, in politicians, see everything. We're just, how is that possible that we're going to be the majority, but we're the least represented in any of those things. Those are just a few things. So again, that has another thing for Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. That's I like to bring that to the forefront, like to let people know, like, hey man, we got to start doing more things. Sure. You know, like you said, your mom, the way your mom raised you guys. You know what I mean? And sometimes I think our upbringing, we're those people like, hey, you know what? Yeah. That ain't our problem.
Yeah.
I'm going to work. I get my check. I feed my family. My bills are paid. And I'm not getting in no trouble. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what my parents are going to do. Right? We never go and be like, hey, well, what's going on over here? Nah, that ain't got nothing to do with you, right?
Yeah.
But I think we need to start doing that.
Yeah. And you know what? My mom is a pioneer. Coming from Mexico, coming with my 3 sisters as children, I'm talking about babies, then coming to the United States, she has a nightclub and she brings artists from Mexico, Los Alegres de Terán, Los Montañeses del Álamo, Ramon Ayala, all of them to our nightclub here. We're not here in Houston. Who does that? She had her first TV show similar to like Sábado Gigante, like Don Francisco. She was the first female who did that. I mean, she did things.
She was Johnny Canales before Johnny Canales.
Yes, absolutely she was. Absolutely she was. And she had sponsors like Ford, like back then in the day. I have pictures of it. I wish I could find the videos of it. But
that's amazing,
I always tell people, if somebody would ask me, in one word, describe your mom, and the word would be fearless. She was never afraid of anything. My sister's not afraid of any challenge. I'm a little bit different because I'm very realistic and I analyze things a little bit more. But I take strength from that. And I even got Demmi a necklace that said fearless. I have another one that says strength, because it's just so important. So everybody who's out there, do things. Go out there and try things. Listen to new stuff. Just be somebody. Do something and help our culture get to where it needs to be. And respected. Most of all, our culture needs to be respected.
Exactly.
Yay.
Yeah, that's awesome. So again, Ms. Lynn, thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure we're going to talk after the show still. So
yeah,
we'll leave it at that. But thank you. If there's any saludos or anybody you want to say hi to or anything on the show right now, or there you go.
Yeah, it's my mom. My world is about my mom. But before I do get up and give the seat back to Demmi, thank you for being part of the solution, Bumper. Seriously. Thank you for being a solution to something that is so big and people just don't realize it. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that comment. Like means more than you know. Appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you.
And I'll hand it over back to Demmi.
Back to Demmi.
All right.
Demmi, we forgot to do something, dude.
First interview.
Was that your first interview?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see, she doesn't really...
I don't take...
Yo, another Wacky Wednesday first right there. Check it out.
No, but yeah,
You're throwing jewelry, fool?
I know, dude. Like, it's falling everywhere. No, but yeah, she doesn't really, like, get on camera. She doesn't do that. So, but she just has so much to offer, you know? And, like, that's my mom, dude.
Your mom's full of knowledge,
like,
bro.
I'm so proud of that.
I'm excited.
Oh,
so,
yes. So, you know.
Demmi brought me a gift.
And, yeah, I'll let you open it first.
She brought me a gift. Let's see. Should I do the card first?
Sure.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do the card. Hey, I'm not gonna say that. This is not the first, because people bring me gifts. They bring me shirts and all kinds of stuff.
Which I told you I have a shirt for
yes,
you, by the way.
You do. We'll add to the collection. My wife will talk smack. Added another damn T-shirt. She just gave me a thank you card.
Add it to the collection.
Bumper, thank you so much for everything you do for our culture and music. I sincerely appreciate all the support you've shown me and the Tejano artists and Tejano artists and musicians. Much love, my friend, Demmi Garcia. Thank you, Demmi.
Of course.
Of
course. It's the least I could do.
That's awesome.
For being so gracious, welcoming, accommodating to me, rescheduling like damn near 10 times with me. So I really, really, really appreciate that. And then of course, you know, just everything
this is worth doing. You know, all the work that takes into making the show. Those comments right there are all worth it. So let's see what we got here. Oh God. My I have no power in my left hand, so Ooh, it's stuck.
It's stuck, dude. Maybe that's a sign, bro.
Is it a sign telling me
Maybe it's a
don't
sign. We need to get the scissors out. There it is. There it is.
Yo.
So, I don't drink, but I know that y'all have a lot of fun here, so you can add this to your collection. This was recommended by, like, one of the big guys at Spec, so.
Really?
Yes. He's a friend of my mom, so.
Oh,
The guy who
man.
put that out for you, Bumper, just so that you know, is the same guy who helps me find Christmas gifts for Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like, $20,000 bottles of wine. And so he suggested.
Oh, yeah. So, people who didn't hear that, the person who picked this out for Bumper is the same person that picks out bottles of wine for Christmas for people like Jay-Z, Beyonce, and the family.
This bottle is beautiful, man.
Mm-hmm. That's for you.
Ooh, thank you guys.
And it's
I
not
really-
like the best tequila in the
Hey,
world, but
hey,
you know what?
It's tequila.
It's very recommended, and it comes with a lot of appreciation.
Hey, so if you come on the show and I don't ask you to take a shot with me, well, it's mine. I guess.
You ain't gonna share shit.
I ain't sharing nothing.
Sorry, you ain't gonna share nothing.
Give me the new song, the song that's been on the song. Thank you again so much.
Of course.
The song that's been on the top 20 going on the 7th week.
Yes.
Can you do that one acoustically?
No, okay, so that one's really tough, dude. I can't do that one. That's my dad all the way. I'll just straight up say it. I can't play that. That shit's hard, dude. Especially the key change. No, hombre, way. I can't.
You
No.
can't do it?
No, I mean I can do acapella, but like I can't play it at the same time. But that song, I don't know if you know, but that song was actually written by my tío. So on my dad's side of the family, everybody's a musician, right? So they had a family band of my dad and my tíos and tías, and they're called the Garcia Band out in Rosenberg, Texas. And my tío wrote this song called Con Tu Amor, and he wrote it as a ballad. And man, I would love to play it for you, dude, as a like the way it was, because the way it was.
If you do, you have a way? Well,
to send it to you.
No.
To airdrop it to you.
phone's dead as hell.
Ah, okay. No worries. I'll just talk about it then. No worries.
No.
And
Or if you want to hook into the, you can hook into the Bluetooth. Look up Roadcaster, connect to it.
All right, yeah,
and then
I'll
you-
try and find
you
it
can
while I'm
do that.
talking. Yeah, so they wrote it in the 80s, and they recorded it in the 80s as this beautiful ballad. And I was in the hospital actually, this one time last year, and my dad, he brought me my guitar, and he's like, "Hey, like there's this song that you don't know about that that your tíos, we recorded a long time ago, and it's called Con Tu Amor, and I think you should re-record it." And I'm like, okay, this is a song from the 80s though. Like, what's up? And he plays it for me, and I fell in love with it. And not because they're my family, because I'm very critical, and I'm not a biased person because of how I was raised. I was raised with a very critical eye and ear, and if something doesn't sound good, I will say it. And don't matter if it's my mom, and they'll tell me the same thing just because they're my
I was going to
parents.
ask you, like, is your mom and dad, like,
Oh, they're my biggest critics.
Yeah, there you go. Like, you come up with something, and they're just like, nah, Demmi, I don't know about that. You know what I mean?
They're my biggest critics, but they're my biggest supporters at the same time. So they'll tell me because they're in the studio with me when I'm recording, and there'll be times where I just suck, dude. Like, and it's not going well, and they're like, "Hey, you don't sound good today, dude. Like, we'll just come back." Like
100 takes.
100 takes and
La Bamba.
Exactly, and not a difference in
I
one
didn't
of
hear
them.
a damn difference in one of them.
Yeah, man, it was so I can't find it. It's okay, but so that song, right? So we decided to re-record it. My dad and I in the hospital kind of came up with just like a general arrangement of how we wanted it. We introduced it to them, to the rest of the team, and we made it what it is. And David Lee was a part of it, and it was.
Did it come out on the charts? Like when, what do they call that when you Did it debut on the charts?
No, it was released on May 21st. May 21st.
So it took a little bit to get on there.
Yeah, it's been on other charts, but like,
what's your take on that?
I think it's
Put Demmi in the corner real quick. What's your take on an artist? Here you are grinding and grinding. You're trying to push this song out, and there it goes. It makes number 18, number 19 on the charts. Here it comes, right? Mm-hmm. And then you're like, this guy or this girl comes up with a song, and it's number 4, number 5.
Yeah.
Do you ever scratch your head and be like, how in the hell did that song go to number 4, number 5?
Right. Yeah. It's well, that kind of happened for me. So for whenever I made the, cause for Mas Chingon Radio, La Onda Tejana Radio, for these other charts, Tejano Lives Here chart. I've been a part of those charts, and I'm so grateful that they put me on there since the beginning. Now Tejano Gold took a while, KLMO took a while.
I hear you a lot on this. A real quick shout out to my boys, Chris Tristan and Al Duarte at hottejano.com.
Yes, shout out to Hot Tejano.
They're a big sponsor of Wacky Wednesday. They've been promoting your show all day today. Like,
really?
Yes, like since like 6 o'clock this morning. I've heard it like
so
a million
much.
times. My voice. Make sure you tune in. So I got to record every week, and it's usually like a Monday in the morning, and I'm like, so my voice is already messed up. So shout out to Hot Tejano, man. They're out there. They play everybody's music. So shout out to Chris Tristan and all the guys.
Man, Chris Tristan, he has a lot of good he's like my mom. He has a lot of insight.
He's got a lot of insight, and everybody knows him.
Yes.
That's like I told him when he was here. Nobody ever says anything. I've yet to met anybody say anything bad about him. There's some people like, I know him, but I don't. That's why I can't wait to get to know your mom a little bit more, because like your mom sitting here saying what she's saying, like it was literally like she was taking everything from the back of my head, and she was saying what I've been trying to say for a long time.
Yeah, I would love to get my mom and Chris together. That would be kind of cool, huh?
Yep, dude. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Demmi, is it hard for you to get out of the state of Texas to play?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't been in this long enough. As far as a performing artist, I've been in this I've paid my dues in other ways. I've been in this my entire life. With my dad as a musician, I've been an honorary roadie. I've been there. But as a performing artist, I haven't performed for longer than 2 years. And because of my health, I haven't been at it consistently. So even performing in Texas, I can't say I haven't even reached the parts of where I want to be at.
You got people on here that are asking from Florida,
really?
Stuff like that. Yeah, man. So
that's the one thing that I do want people to know, is that I do have a band, and I don't promote it very often. I probably should. But thankfully, like now promoters are reaching out to me, asking me, can you perform with your health? Yes, I can absolutely perform. I can absolutely do it. I will.
But I'm flying there and I'm flying back. I
will meet everybody who wants to meet me, but I don't do no after parties. I don't do none of that. I do perform. The first time I performed out of Texas was in Vegas for the convention. And the places I have performed here.
What'd you think about that? About Vegas?
Dude.
Artists, or fans from all over the United States.
Yeah,
coming together.
On top of that, I was so excited to meet all these musicians, these people that I hear on the records, and that like for example, Shelly's guitarist, Steve Alvarez, bro, that is a dude right there.
He was here on the show. He was on the show with her.
Nah, for real?
Yeah, Steve. I think Steve was.
Dude,
correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure that's who it was. He was here. Yeah.
Yeah, man, he's such a cool dude, and it's so cool because like they don't expect to when they meet me, right? They don't expect for me to have like this weird ass personality that I do, and for me to know like music, right, at the core. So when I'm talking to Steve about, because I'm a classically trained violinist, that's my main instrument. Before guitar, before piano, before everything, I'm a violin player. And so I've been in symphonies, orchestras and stuff. So I was talking to him about, we bonded over the weirdest thing. It was over the Bugs Bunny Symphony, Looney Tunes. And it's things like that, and talking to, Lorenzo, who is Elida's bass player. All of these people that I look up to, and I know them on social media. I talk to them on social media, but I've never met them in person. So when I was there in Vegas, I'm like, hey, is that really him? And I'll and it's him, or it's her, and like it's just a really cool. It was a cool experience, and then to see so many people there for our genre, it was so inspiring, man.
Here's my catch on that though. Why are people going all the way to Vegas?
Eso. That's why. That's the one.
They're going all the way to Vegas, and there's thousands of people. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee you 90% of them came from where? The state of Texas. So why can't we get those 90% to come out and support these guys in their local clubs and stuff? I know it's Vegas. I know it's a getaway.
It shouldn't be just a novelty.
I get that. But we need to support you guys. Right. We need to support you guys in downloading the music. You know what I'm saying? Going out to see you when you perform. I say this all the time, but to everybody that I have on the show, we need to find a way to support you guys. Yes. I'm doing what I can for you guys. I'm going to continue to do what I can for you guys. I think, listening to your mom and listening, talking to you guys before the show, and then you coming on here and telling me everything that goes on in your life. Excuse my language, because I haven't said this word the whole show, but I'm going to say it because it deserves it. You're a fucking warrior, dude.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you. I'm a United States Marine. And for me to call you a fucking warrior, you're a fucking warrior, dude.
Man.
You know what I mean? Because it takes huevos, dude. It takes, I don't mean to say it like that, but it takes strength. It takes strength for you to get up every day. Right? Dealing with what you deal with, but you're still finding a way to pick up that guitar, to pick up that violin. You're still finding a way to pick up that pencil, write on a piece of paper. You're still finding a way to be a wife to your amazing husband. You're still finding a way to be a mother to your amazing daughter. You're still finding these ways.
Are you trying to make me emotional?
No. I'm being real. I'm being real. This is Wacky Wednesday. I'm 100% real. It takes a lot, dude. It really does. You know what I mean? Motherhood in general, with no complications, with no problems, is already tough enough. Yeah. But then to add all this on top of it, and yet you still want to reach over and grab that guitar, and you still want to grab that microphone, and you want to perform for people. You want people to hear music that you have put on a piece of paper, that your mom, your stepdads, your stepmoms, everybody that's helped, put that music on paper. You want to express it at all costs. Yeah. That's what you're saying. You're doing this shit at all costs.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter. You're continuing.
I'm all in.
That's all it. In. You know what I'm saying? You're all in, and that says a lot about who you are, Demmi. That's badass. You don't. I've said it already 4 times on the show. If somebody had your sickness, a lot of people would just be okay with just being able to be at home. And that's it. I'm not going to be able to work. I'm going to be, there's no way for me to have a job because I'm going to be in the hospital. Yeah. And that's it. It stops right there. I'm just okay with being alive. Yeah. You put that shit to the side, and it's like, hey, I'm here to do more.
It's a scary thing.
No, it definitely is.
Because, because we were just being real here. I need to do as much as I can with the time that I'm here. And I think that's why I do it.
That's for you to say like that. For me, the grown man, that's
because accidents happen, right?
No,
somebody's day could be tomorrow.
You got to live every day like it's your last.
But we also got to be realistic. Yeah, I'm not healthy, so I have to do as much as I can, and that's why I'm saying I'm all in, man. I have nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose, and I have like all the passion in me. I have the love for the music in me, and
I feel it. I mean, it just in just being around you, you know, your vibe is. I know you're all in, dude, and it comes from, it's in your blood. It's literally. I mean, in the little bit of time I just been around your mom, yourself, like, and knowing just a little bit about you, I'm pretty good at judging people, and it's in your blood. That's your problem. That's
Right.
not a problem, but that's your problem. Your problem is that it's in your blood. I mean, from your mom to come up here and talk about her mom, your grandma, the way she did, like,
I don't know any other way to be.
Yeah.
I don't know any other way to be. And if I let all of these things make me just stay at home or whatever, I think I would be doing not only my family, but I'd be doing myself a really, really, really big disservice. You know, because
definitely.
And not to keep going back to, because this sounds really dark and depressing, but like, and this is not just for me, but anybody, with the time that you're here on this earth, you need to like do something. You know, like fulfill your life.
Leave
like
it better than the way you found it.
Exactly. Make your legacy.
It's not easy.
Betterment. It doesn't have to be a physical thing. It doesn't have to be accomplishments. Doesn't have to be anything. Just
every day though, that's
make people feel good.
Every day that's a hard thing to do. You know what I mean? To get up and to leave the place better than the way you found it. And you know, it's hard to be a positive person all the time. It really is. Like, you know, there's a lot of people on social media that are always positive, but I know, I try to stay positive. And my wife will be the first to tell you, like, hell no, that boy ain't positive. You know what I mean? But I'm your mom said it, I'm a realist.
Yeah.
Sometimes being a realist, it consumes you, and you can't be positive because you're like, I want to be positive, but I want to be real about this shit, because you know what? In reality, this is what's going to happen. Exactly. You know it's going to happen, and you know it's going to happen. You just can't be positive about about the outcome. So,
you know, though, like I say to that because again with this thing, sorry, again with like this illness that I have, I do try and stay positive a lot of the time, but there are times where I do break down, you know. But I have the mentality like, okay, girl, like, have your pity party, 30 minutes, you got it.
That's it. You're done with it.
45 minutes. Do what you need to do. Cry what you need to. Scream all that shit. But get your ass back to work. Like, you got time for this shit.
I hear you.
You ain't got time, dude.
I think that
cry on the way to the interview. You know?
not during the interview.
Not during the interview, but cry on your way there if you need to
definitely.
cry. But bitch, you better put your makeup back on.
So, you know, for the fans watching, I hope tonight you really got to see the inside of a young woman who is making her name for herself in the genre through all kinds of adversities. She's just still finding a way to say, hey, I'm Demmi Garcia and I ain't going nowhere. I'm right here. You know what I mean? You got to have her beautiful mother come on here and talk a little bit, you know, about what she's passionate about and, you know, what she wants to do. And for me, that was like, that was badass. Like, I didn't expect that.
I told you.
What I want to do is, I think me and Demmi, we could literally sit here for another 2 hours and talk easily,
you know what?
just easily.
Be my excuse to come back here.
There you go. And to Demmi's fans, continue to be special, continue to be, you know, DemmiGarcia.com. You can go out and support her, man. Buy a t-shirt, buy a towel.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Yes, please.
This is how she makes a living.
Yes.
So let's support each other. The same way you guys go out and you get on Amazon and you order shit. Like, dude, the Amazon,
Right?
you know it's bad around here when I know the Amazon's guys by his first name. Like,
dude,
every
same.
day I see this dude and he's
Same.
like, leave shit to my house.
Me too.
And it's never nothing for me.
It's hard.
always somebody
You know
else.
what? It's a hard life, you know. And
You're an
but
Amazon queen, huh?
Oh God.
Jesus.
Bad.
Hermano.
Bad. And he knows it, man. He knows it. Like, I had like 4 packages come in yesterday, and I just kind of hit him. But it sucks because we have a Google doorbell, so he sees when they all get.
I glanced over at a comment, and there's one word that just popped up to me. in a sense, it was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Demmi Garcia's testimony a little bit, right? Her little, you're like somebody put your testimony, like you're like coming out talking about who you are,
Thank you.
And
I appreciate that.
Again, the reason we do this show is just for you to get to know these people. They're normal, everyday people. They have their own problems, their own issues, but yet they're still trying to comfort you, make you that song, make you happy, that song that makes you sad, the song that just gets you through the day, the song that you got to hear every morning to get going, whatever the case may be. Keep continuing to support these artists, man. Demmi, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
And your mom, whoever drove, like you guys coming all the way from Houston down here to San Antonio just to do this Makeup Wacky Wednesday on a Thursday.
On a Thursday.
If this was your first time tuning in on you're watching on Demmi's behalf, welcome to the show. This is Bumpers Wacky. I know the name throws the name throws it off, but the name I cannot get rid of because it's there.
Dude, this show is like nothing out there. Like this show is very much needed.
Thank you.
And I love it. Me as an artist, as a fan. I mean, yesterday I loved Mario's episode, man. Like it was really insightful.
Just raw.
It's raw.
You know what I mean? There's nothing to it. Is we talk about anything and everything, and I'm gonna continue to do that. I'm not gonna change that format whatsoever.
And you need to know that you're very good at this. Like you're supposed to be doing this.
This is my calling, right?
This Bumpers Wacky Wednesday, dude. I'm telling you.
Wacky Wednesday was my calling, man.
And dude, I don't think Wacky Wednesday is gonna be the end for you, man.
Demmi, let me tell you, Michael Garcia,
my dad,
your dad, his comment's awesome.
Yeah,
she's my inspiration.
Oh, daddy.
So,
daddy.
That's beautiful. Andy Bustamante. This is the only show I watch. Thank you so much, Andy. And yes, I talked to John Rod. Andy, we're gonna work on getting a Andy Bustamante here and a little jam session.
She just released a single recently.
She did release a single.
And I know she just released new merch too. So people need to go get Andy.
Andy Bustamante. She can put it on your Andy. Put your wherever you can buy your merchandise. I think she's shooting a video this weekend. I'm not mistaken, down in the valley. So good luck on that, Andy.
Yes.
And to all the Tejano fans, man, continue to watch the show. Continue to promote the show.
Yes.
All I ask for you to do is that you continue to just share it, because you could share it on your page and somebody could just come across it and be like, hey, this is cool. Yep. Or they can say like, nah, Charlie, I'm not going to listen to this guy. But Demmi, again, thank you. Lynn, thank you so much for coming out. And I hope this is the beginning of a lifetime of friendship. Absolutely. and helping each other out wherever we can, because the genre is actually really small. Whether you believe, I'm starting to know that it's a very, very small circle. So again, man, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Demmi, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
If there's anything you want to say or any saludos you want to give before we say goodnight,
sure.
It's your chance.
Well, I want to say thank you to people who support me. I have a really hard time with the word fans. Fans kind of
your friends.
They're friends, yeah. I really appreciate you guys supporting me and supporting New Tejano, and just supporting just music in general. It's a big deal, especially right now for a lot of people. Music is very much needed. And also I have a new single coming out here in the next couple weeks, and I'm really excited about it.
Your promoter was all over that on the chat.
Yeah. Yes. So
it's coming out in 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks. Can I say the name of it? So this song, and people might finally get the little teasers I've been putting when I talk about it. This song is called Mariposas, and I'm very, very excited about it.
Another Wacky Wednesday exclusive.
I'm excited. Yeah, you know what? I haven't said it anywhere.
You see, there you go. Your mom is first interview. There we go. Mariposas.
Yes.
Coming your way, Miss Demmi Garcia. Mm-hmm. Make sure you download it on every phone, everything that you have, everything that you own. Demmi from Bumper, like he's somebody else, right? From me, like, again, I just want to thank you, man. And you're gonna be in my daily prayers, man.
Thank you.
And everything that you're doing, you continue to strive to be who you are. because at the end of the day, I want you to look at it like this. You carry your parents, your grandparents, all that you carry in your backpack. Everywhere you go.
Absolutely.
And whenever you're feeling down, you can reach in that backpack and pull somebody's character out and be like, hey, what would my mom do? What would my grandma say?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're carrying a lot of history and you're carrying a lot of talent around with you. Continue to do that. Continue to be Demmi Garcia. Don't let anything stop you. If he goes the pop world and we don't ever see you in Tejano again, but I see you on a big stage on the Grammys, so I'm like, hey, she sat in my chair. Demmi Garcia. So,
you know what? I'm always I'm always gonna be here.
Hell yeah. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for joining us. This is 2 nights in a row that you saw Bumper, and guess what? Mañana, we have another show. It'll be a little bit later on. If you're a new artist and, gunnygomez@gmail.com, fill up my email. It's already full. If you got new singles, music that you're just working on, you want to get some feedback, the artists stay in the chat room and they talk about your song. Where else are you going to get that?
I'm going to send you my other stuff that you don't have yet.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So Frito Pie Friday tomorrow. I'll have a special guest. I'm not going to give it away. I'll let him show up and it'll be a surprise. We'll have Frito Pies. So we're going to be eating Frito Pies, talking music, having a good time. Show. It's going to be a good time, probably a few drinks. So again, man, thank you guys for tuning in to Wacky Wednesday on a Thursday. Demmi Garcia, thank you. Miss N, again, thank you guys so much. I've said it a million times.
And I just want to say really quick, good night to my baby, Melly. I love you, mama.
Another episode of Wacky Wednesday on a Thursday in the books. You guys have a beautiful, beautiful Friday. Tomorrow starts the weekend. Started off right. Frito Pie Friday tomorrow night, around 8-ish or so. Check it out. If you never checked it out, it's a good time. You never know who's going to show up. Just never know. See you guys. Y'all have a good one.